Live to the booth for all of the Kutztown University football action right here on KUR.
You're listening live from Christ Field, Bemis Durfer Stadium in Millersville, Pennsylvania, the campus of Millersville University, where today the Kutztown University Golden Bear football team tries to make it 2 in a row, including 2 in a row in the PSAC East, as the Golden Bears take on conference rival Millersville. The Golden Bears entering today's game with a record of 2-2 overall, 2-1 in the PSAC East. Millersville 0-4, 0-3 in the PSAC East. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Kutztown University football on Kutztown University Radio KUR. Matt Santos here, high atop Christ Field in Bemis Durfer Stadium, along with Josh Leiboff, as we get to set to bring you all of the action over the next couple of hours. The Golden Bears coming off a record-setting performance last week at University Field, Family Day night. Kutztown defeated Cheney by a score of 74-0. It was the most points in school history. It was the biggest margin of victory in school history. And tonight, the Golden Bears faced a Millersville team which is coming off a similar fate as Cheney last week, a 62-7 loss to Kutztown's opponent next week, Westchester. And Josh, with Westchester on the horizon in a very rare mid-season Thursday night game just a few nights away, Westchester's already a victor today. The Golden Bears cannot afford to look past this Millersville Marauder team.
No, you can't necessarily. You can't get caught looking past your opponent in the PSAC in Millersville, and they don't have any wins this year, and they've had very little success in the last few years, and Kutztown has handled Millersville very easily the last few years, but it's not that long ago when Millersville was competitive with the Golden Bears and competitive with the PSAC, especially here at Bemis Durfer Stadium. Kutztown has not traditionally had a lot of success here, that they have won a couple in a row. So, Thursday night is going to be here before they know it, but they can't let themselves look past Millersville here, or they will not be in good shape if they allow that to happen.
Absolutely. Now, the Golden Bears are really playing well defensively this year, but offensively, a lot of surprises out there as well. And the biggest surprise may be the guy who sat on the bench the last couple of years, junior quarterback Chad Barton, a 15-1 touchdown to interception ratio, which leads the PSAC, and his 1,304 passing yards are second in the PSAC. He didn't even play last week, Josh, and here Chad Barton is really tearing it up this year for the Golden Bears. Surprisingly, we saw him at Slippery Rock just a month ago, and he's really taken this over as his team.
Yeah, it really shows that the decision to give him the start coming out of preseason was the right one. He's been phenomenal here for the Golden Bears, and like you said, he only played about a quarter and a half on last week against Cheney, and just has really done a great job. He's among the NCAA leaders in passing, and he's really been a great find for this team, and is turning into hopefully what can be a good leader from that quarterback position, and maybe the Golden Bears can have their guy for the next year and a half.
That's true, and he has a great receiving tandem led by Anthony Kelly out of Pottsville. He leads the PSAC and is second in Division II with 8 touchdown catches. So Kelly is one of his big targets. Last week's star of the game came on in reserve for the Golden Bears, running back Terry Williams out of West Orange, New Jersey, ran for 180 yards and 4 touchdowns. So ideally, if you're the Golden Bears, you'd like to get out to an early lead, maybe pile on the points and get your guys some rest again this week so you can get ready for that game on Thursday against Westchester as the teams take the field here for this kickoff, an unusual kickoff time, 4 p.m. today here at Bemis Durfer Stadium, one of the rare 4 p.m. kickoffs we've experienced in our time covering KU football, Josh. With the weather, a bit of a factor today. The rain has moved out, but it is 60 degrees. It's very cool here, and you have gusting winds at 9.2 miles an hour. So the wind, as we saw 2 weeks ago at Gannon, could certainly have a factor in today's game.
Well, the other thing is, like you said, the storm clouds have moved away. In fact, in the pregame, it looked like it was going to be very cloudy and overcast and cold and windy. But now the sun has popped out, and this game time of being 4 o'clock is going to lead to the sun being in a low position. It may actually affect some play here as teams are heading toward that side of the field. They may be affected depending on where the ball is thrown.
Absolutely. For Millersville, they feature some talented players, including their quarterback, graduate student Matt Misley, who's thrown for 707 yards. He has a couple of big targets. Kevin Wiggins Jr., who has 16 catches for 189 yards. The other one we'll want to watch is Malanta Patterson, who they use quite a bit on the end around. He has 4 touchdowns to lead the Marauders. Here are the starting lineups for today's game. We'll start with Millersville. The quarterback, as I said, wearing number 24, believe it or not, Matt Misley. His running back is Myron Miles, the redshirt junior. His wide receivers, Malanta Patterson, the freshman, Kevin Wiggins, the freshman, and Mike Reichenbach. The tight end will be redshirt junior Trenton Petrovich, and up front for the Marauders, the tackles, Kevin Bowl and DeJuan Franks, the guards, Javon Watts and Austin Nieder, and the center is Lenny Sinelli. For Millersville on defense, the defensive ends are Josh Garnett and Drew Seberg. The nose guard is Neil Maloney. The Sam linebacker, Sane Palamalu. The inside linebacker, Matt Brisner and Reggie Slayton. The will linebacker, Logan Kinzer. The cornerback is Jamal Dixon and Joey Pham. The safeties, Rasheed Johnson and P.J. Santos, no relation. Let's take a look at the Kutztown starting lineups. Here's Josh.
All right. For the offense is obviously Chad Barton, like we said, at quarterback. His running back is redshirt sophomore Darrell Scott. Wide receivers, sophomore Kellen Williams, junior Cody Reed, and junior Anthony Kelly. The tight end Andrew Garbarino. Left tackle Jordan Morgan, senior. Left guard Mike Nowak, junior. Ben Kreger is the center. It's the sophomore. On the right side is Brian Robbins, a redshirt freshman at guard, and the right tackle is Peter Finnegan, the junior. On the defensive side of the ball, the end is Michael Gallagher, the senior. Eric Condren and Tyrone Brown are the tackles. Zach Greenwald on the other end, senior. The middle linebacker is senior Sam Dugan. Sam linebacker is sophomore Zachary Delp. Cornerbacks, English PA is a senior. Daryl Mintz, the sophomore, are on the other side. The safeties, Kurt Kenny, Tyler Pratt, and Drake Brumfield.
So Millersville won the toss and deferred. Kutztown will receive. This is the 88th meeting between the Golden Bears and Marauders, dating back to 1903. Kutztown has won the last 4 matches by an average margin of victory of 36 points. And despite the recent struggles against the Golden Bears, Millersville holds a 57-27-3 advantage in the head-to-head series. The head coaches tonight, of course, Jim Clements in his first year leading the Golden Bears. He's done a nice job starting off at 2-2. Greg Breitbach, the coach for Millersville in his second season, a graduate of Portland State. The referee is Mike Sarak, the umpire Paul Fetter, head linesman Dennis McQueen, the line judge Dave Milvey, the field judge Darrell Lee, the side judge James Slike, and the back judge Bill Passwaters. Millersville will boot it away as Lilies will try. The ball blows off the tee. Millersville in the traditional all-black uniform with the yellow numbers, the black helmets, and the gold M on the helmet. Kutztown wearing its road white jerseys with gold pants and maroon trim, the maroon numerals, gold helmets with the bear and paw logos on the side. And the kickoff will go through the end zone, and Kutztown will go to work 1st and 10 at the 25.
So Barton will look to get off to another fast start. Kutztown is led at halftime in each of the 4 games this season. Obviously, they've held on to win 2 of those games. But just like last week, got out to a big lead against Cheney and never looked back. And they'll look to do the same thing here on this first drive offensively.
Well, the running back will be Darryl Scott, as Barton will work out of the shotgun with trips to the far side. Kutztown moving from right to left toward the west end zone. And here's a handoff, and Scott stacked up immediately for no gain.
Stop on that play was Brian Ragland, the inside linebacker. He read that read option pretty well. No gain on the play.
Josh, I'm trying to get a handle on the wind. Right now the flag is pretty still over there in the far end zone. But we'll see which way the wind is actually blowing here today. Here's another handoff and a nice hole up over the 30 to the 31-yard line. Goes the running back, Darryl Scott.
Nice movement there on the offensive line on the left side there, giving some running room for Scott to pick up 5 yards on the second down run there, making it a shorter third down conversion attempt here.
We'll call it 3rd and 5, just over the 30-yard line. Trips to the far side now, motion to the near side. Barton out of the shotgun, dropping back a lot of time. He's going to tuck it. He's going to run. He has the first down and more. Up to the 45, cuts to the center of the field and is brought down at midfield.
Joey Fan, the cornerback, came up to make the tackle there, and Barton was out in space there. A nice run on third down, picking up the first down, and wasn't just content to slide in after getting the first. He wanted more and got the ball out to midfield.
13:44 to go, just underway here from Millersville. Kutztown and Millersville PSAC East football action. First down, Barton flings it out on the near side, complete. And taking it up the near sideline is Nathan Hollander for a first down to the 37-yard line, gain of 13.
Hollander having a really good start to his collegiate career. Lots of receptions for the freshman.
First and 10 at the 37. Kutztown on the move. The fans still filtering in here at Bemis Durfer Stadium. A nice travel contingent here for Kutztown. Here is Darryl Scott, who cuts it back to the far side and takes it down over the 35 to the 33. Second down and 7 now from the 34-yard line of the Marauders. Slot to the far side. Motion for Hollander. Handoff, Darryl Scott, and a big hole, 25, 20, 10. He is going the distance. Touchdown, Golden Bears.
He was untouched on that play. A nice hole made in the line by the right side. Give the credit there to Robbins and Finnegan on the right side of that offense, making a big hole for Scott to run through untouched and just scampered in for the opening score touchdown.
Now the extra point attempt by Alec Rosenfeld, who has been spot on for the Golden Bears. He had a 44-yard field goal last week. The kick is up, and it's good. 12:38 to go in the first quarter. Your score, the Golden Bears 7, Millersville nothing. You're listening to Golden Bears football on Kutztown University Radio, KUR.
KU football fans, did you know that all purchases made at the new KU campus store benefit KU students? The campus store is a division of the nonprofit affiliate of Kutztown University, KUSSI. Surplus from KUSSI's operations is given back to students in the form of scholarships, student activities, and campus athletics. From improved textbooks options to KU apparel and gifts, KU campus store is your source for everything KU.
We're back in Millersville, where the Golden Bears have just taken the ball on the opening drive 75 yards and punched it in on a touchdown run by Darryl Scott. 7-0 Golden Bears, and that's the way you want to start out if you're Kutztown on the road.
Yeah, absolutely. Scott with his second touchdown of the year and retakes the leading rusher for the season. Terry Williams had those 180 yards last week that bumped him into first place on the team's rushing chart, but now after that 35-yard run, Scott takes it back over getting his second score of the year.
Andrew Deutsch will boot it away, and deep for Millersville will be number 1, David Coates, and number 39, Malanta Patterson. Line drive kick. It'll take a bounce at the 10 and will be fielded at the 5. Coming up to the 20 and being brought down is David Coates. And that's where Millersville will go to work at approximately the 23-yard line.
And we'll see if the defense can keep pitching the shutout here after the letting 0 on the board last week against Cheney, and just a dominating performance. Just didn't allow Cheney to do anything offensively. Lots of takeaways, lots of stops. See if they can keep up that momentum.
1st and 10 at the 23. The quarterback is Matt Misley, the graduate student. There's a handoff up the middle and a nice hole. Cutting to the near side is Coates, 30-35, and he's brought down after picking up a first down and more for Millersville to the 39.
Well, that's a nice way to start if you're Millersville offensively. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground this year. In fact, Misley is their leading rusher, but Coates there with a nice run to pick up a first down on the Marauders' first play.
So it's 1st and 10 at the Millersville 40. 12-10 to go in the first quarter. It is Kutztown 7, Millersville nothing. Misley, the receiver stacked to either side, throws to the far side, and he overthrows his intended receiver down at the 35. The coverage was there for the Golden Bears.
Yeah, Golden Bears there, step for step. On the coverage, but the throw just too far. The timing not there on the pass.
2nd and 10. Millersville averages 333.8 yards of total offense per game, which is 10th in the PSAC. Kutztown is 6th at 441.0. 2nd and 10. Here's a handoff, and into the pile goes the back for a gain of about 3 yards. That's Coates on the carry.
A host of Golden Bears there on the stop for Kutztown, allowing a couple of yard gain. Looks like it was Tyrone Brown in there among the others to make the stop. I think Eric Condren there as well. Pickup of about 3, so it'll be 3rd and 8 here for the Marauders on their own 43.
The big disparity, the Golden Bears are 4th in total defense in the PSAC at 316.5. Millersville is 15th at 512.5 yards per game. The pass by Misley is incomplete on the far side, no one near that one, and Millersville will have to boot it away.
Yeah, the only receiver in that area was throwing a block there. I think he was expecting there to be some sort of screen behind him, but that wasn't the case. So it'll be 4th down, and Millersville will have to punt after their first possession.
Millersville punting average is 31.4 yards per punt, which is 15th in the PSAC.
Bobbled the snap at the punter.
He sure did. The punter is Evan Stahl, and he will get a nice bounce, actually a little bit too much as it rolls into the end zone. Cody Reed cannot field it, and the Golden Bears will have it 1st and 10.
That was actually Nathan Hollander out there on the punt return and wisely letting that go past him and letting it go into the end zone for the touchback. That could have very easily been fielded if I think Hollander did a good job at faking out the gunner for Millersville and letting the ball bounce into the zone.
Hollander did get a lot of work last week back there during the Cheney game. He returned a ton of punts last week, so Kutztown obviously considering swapping him in for Reed. Here is a handoff on 1st down, a gain of 2. It's Darrell Scott on the carry. Or was that James Waugh? That was James Waugh on the carry. And Waugh leaves the game. 2nd and 8 from the 22. Now an empty backfield. Trips to the far side, 2 to the near side for Chad Barton. Barton drops, fires, completes it to Williams, who stumbles and is down at the 43-yard line. First down and more for Kutztown.
That's a nice catch and also a nice defensive play there after the catch to try and catch an ankle there of Williams and trip him up. Otherwise, there was just nothing but empty field in front of him.
First and 10 at the Kutztown 43-yard line. 10:15 to go. It's 7-0 Golden Bears. Here's James Waugh. And James Waugh slashes off the right side to midfield, a gain of about 7.
A great pickup on first down and making it 2nd and 3. That's the type of play you want on first down.
2nd and 3 from midfield for the Golden Bears. Double wing, Barton. Fake to Waugh. He'll run it to the near side, and Barton has the first down as he takes it down to the 43. Nice run by Barton.
Yeah, another nice decision there.
Don't want him getting hurt, Joe.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously you don't want him getting hit hard, but he did a good job there at protecting the ball after he got contact was made, and Golden Bears have the first down.
First and 10 from the 43. Barton flares it near side, complete to Hollander, and Hollander is going to be thrown for a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, that was read very well by Trey Pinkney, and nothing doing on that one. It'll actually be a little bit of a loss here on the play. Golden Bears with that quick screen to the outside, and they've had a lot of success with that over the years, and just didn't have success with it right then. Officials are discussing something. The flag penalty on the play, a block in the back on Reed. So it'll be a 10-yard penalty. Never saw the flag there. It must have been close to the sideline here where Millersville's players are blocking it. But so it'll be 1st and 20 rather than 2nd and 12. Millersville takes the penalty, pushes Kutztown back into its own territory.
Ball at the 47-yard line. Double wing for Barton. Waz the sole setback. Motion now to the near side. Here's a handoff. Who has that ball, Judge? It's Waz. He cut in and then cut back and took it over midfield.
Well, he was initially going to the right side, but there wasn't anything there, so he cut back, and Barton came in and was in on the blocks there as Waz came back toward him and was able to pick up a few yards there and get back over into Millersville territory, a pickup of about 6 or 7 maybe even 8.
Second down from the 47-yard line of Millersville. Trip to the far side. Kutztown using motion again as Hollander comes to the near side. Out of the shotgun, Barton. He steps up. He's going to tuck it. He's going to run. Jukes a tackler at the 40, takes it down over the 35, and is brought down at the 33, very close to the first down marker.
This will probably be a measurement if it's not a first down, and it is a first down. So a nice run there by Barton. It's the third time he's ran the ball and picked up a first down with it. So obviously the Golden Bears have identified something in this Millersville defense that can be taken advantage of with the quarterback running the ball.
First and 10 from the 33. Here is a handoff, and taking it down for a gain of 3 to the 30-yard line is James Waugh.
Still a nice push by the offensive line. Waugh following his blockers, picks up a couple yards. Golden Bears still moving the ball forward.
A mark it at the 31, 2nd and 8. Hollander on the near side will go in motion to the far side. Barton will flare it out to Hollander on the far side, and he takes it up, and he's hit hard.
Yeah, he really got bent awkwardly there, but he is up and seems no worse for the wear after picking up about 5 yards there on that run, or on the catch, that is.
3rd and 3 from the Millersville 26-yard line. Trips to the near side. Kutztown leading 7-0. Barton, he'll flare it out to Hollander on the near side, and Millersville read that one all the way. He's thrown for a loss.
Rashid Johnson all over that play for the Marauders. He made the stop in the backfield or in behind the line of scrimmage. and it'll be 4th down for the Golden Bears. So they're in that kind of no man's land where it's probably too long for a field goal and too close for a punt. So Kutztown will go for it here on 4th down.
4th and we'll call it 5 from the 28. 3 receivers to the far side. Barton dropping back. He fires, completes it. This is going to be close. It is a 1st down. Looking at the linesman at the 21.
Yeah, that was Anthony Kelly who made that catch, and a great job at going to the line of scrimmage, a little bit beyond it, turning and staying there and getting open and making the catch. He got it down to the 21-yard line, so there's a 1st down, a nice 4th down conversion there for the Golden Bears.
1st and 10 at the 21. Barton is 100% in passing so far today. And Kutztown now using motion all the time here. Dropping back is Barton, looking for the end zone. Has a man. Oh, it just tipped away at the last second. I don't even know if it was tipped. He may have just dropped it, Josh.
I think P.J. Santos got a hand on that one. He was able to just get in there and tip it away. And if not getting a hand, he was able to get in Kelly's face and knock it away.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 now from the 21. Trips to the near side. Kutztown working from the far hash. Here is a James Waugh breaking a tackle in the backfield. 20, 15, 10. 1st down and more. Waugh should have been thrown for a loss of 5. Instead, he got a gain of 15.
Somehow he was able to flip out of that tackle, and it was an interesting play there. Waugh was going up the middle, and Barton on that, as the option that you see, Barton was running that way, and then Waugh said, hey, there's some room there. I'm going that way too. So he followed him right up the hole there and picked up the 1st down.
1st and goal at the Marauders' 7-yard line. Double wing. Here is Waugh on the handoff. He'll take it down inside the 5 to the 4, gain of 3.
Golden Bears running that read option quite a few times here today, picking up some positive yardage on almost every one.
Waugh, 5 carries, 32 yards so far. Barton, 5 of 6 for 44 yards. 2nd and goal at the 4. Slot to the near side. Barton rolls that way. He tucks it. He runs and dives toward the goal line. He looks like he's just inches short.
It's going to be short. The referees on both sides have it marked inside the 1-yard line. So it'll be 3rd and inches. The injured player on the field. Millersville has a player gingerly running off the field, favoring a shoulder. So there'll be a little bit of a stoppage. Kutztown is bringing in the double tight end package.
Barton under center, backs in the eye. Waugh's the deep back. Waugh takes the handoff, and he's in for the touchdown.
Nice second effort there by Waugh to bring it in. He was hit in the backfield, but was able to bounce free and made that second effort to dive into the end zone and pick up the touchdown.
So 4:33 to go, 13-0 Golden Bears, and Alec Rosenfeld will come on to attempt the extra point.
That's Waugh's first touchdown of the season.
The kick is good. We'll take a break. Your score with 4:33 to go in the first. It is Kutztown 14, Millersville nothing. You're listening to Golden Bears football on Kutztown University Radio, KUR.
Americans enjoy 7 billion hot dogs between Memorial Day and Labor Day. But the great taste doesn't stop there for Kutztown University Golden Bears sports fans. Burke's hot dogs can be purchased at KU Athletics concession stands throughout the fall, winter, and spring. In addition to Frank's, Burke's offers a large selection of delicious Burke's branded hams, ring bologna, sausage, bacon, and deli meats, including ham, roast beef, and turkey breast. The Burke's brand is built on a long-standing tradition of providing excellent product quality and superior customer service. So the next time you're at the store or at KU for a game, choose Burke's, the official hot dog of KU Athletics.
4:33 to go in the first quarter. Kutztown jumping out to an early 14-0 lead, 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns. The Golden Bears picking up exactly where they left off last week. now have scored 88 consecutive points. We're going to have to send old Brian Salvador, the SID, back to the record book to see what the most consecutive points at KU. I think it's safe to say it's probably right now, Josh.
Yeah, it's probably a safe bet right there that we've got the most consecutive points, but you never know.
Millersville squabbles the kickoff, and the returners brought down at about the 14, and Millersville just having all kinds of trouble out there. Yeah, obviously if you win 74-0, which is a school record, your biggest most points, your biggest win differential, this is now an 88-point school record streak.
Right, yeah. I mean, and we'll see how much further it goes. You know, the Golden Bear defense is still pitching a shutout here. They had a good performance in their first possession and only allowed one first down and then shut it down. And now they're back out here, Millersville, deep in its own territory.
1st and 10 from the 14. Here's a handoff, and into the pile goes the back for a gain of maybe 2 yards. In case you're wondering, 2 weeks ago against Gannon, the Golden Knights scored the last points of that game. So this is an 88-0 unanswered stretch for the Golden Bears, and something for us to keep track of right now. 2nd and 8 from the 16-yard line. Misley with the slot to the far side, backs offset. He drops back, being pressured, rolls to the far side. He's looking, he's going to tuck it, he's going to run, and he's chased out of bounds after a gain of a few.
Nice pursuit there by the Golden Bears. It was Dugan chasing him out of bounds before he could pick up a first down. But a nice run, giving Millersville a chance for a makeable third down here, 3rd and 4 at its own 25-yard line, at the 20-yard line, that is.
Working from the far hash. Double wing for the Marauders. Misley will carry it himself, and he's going to be short of the first down.
Nice tackle there. Right in open space. That was Dugan again. Check that, it was Nieves on the tackle. It'll be 4th down, and it's less than 1 yard line, but deep in its own territory, the Marauders can't chance going forward on 4th here, even down 14-0 early. They've got a punt, so a nice stop there by the Golden Bears.
As one-sided as it's been, it's still 14-0 with a lot of time left. Hollander is deep for the Golden Bears. Oh.
Short punt.
Shanked it. And it's going to take a Kutztown bounce, and it'll be downed at the 47-yard line of the Golden Bears. So Kutztown with good field position, once again already leading 14-0 with 2:47 to go in the first.
As bad as that punt looked, it ended up not being too terrible. It just traveled a long way. He was on the far hash mark where he punted it, and it ended up all the way over on the other side of the field, but in Kutztown territory. So he's lucky there that he didn't shank it the other way, or it would have gone out of bounds a lot earlier than it did.
1st and 10 Golden Bears at the 46. Wing to the far side, backs in the eye as Barton's going to work from under center. He will hand it off, and this looks to be Williams on the carry, who takes it to the 49, a gain of 3.
Tyler Redding in there as a fullback for the first time, and he'll trot off the field here after that play. The Golden Bears obviously see that they can do some damage here on the ground and maybe trying some different packages with the running game.
Slot to the far side on 2nd and 7 from the 49. Here's a handoff, and Williams, who rushed for 180 yards last week against Cheney, has the first down to the 42.
It's nice to see so many different options the Golden Bears have as running backs. With Williams making his mark there for the Golden Bears, it gives them three options from that running back spot and keep guys fresh, keep their legs fresh.
1st and 10 from the Millersville 42 double wing. Williams in motion to the near side. Barton will flare it out, complete to Williams. He takes it down over the 40 to the 39. Not a bad idea either, Josh, with a game coming up on Thursday night. Why not shorten the game a little bit, too, and run that ball?
Yeah, obviously. I mean, it's the first quarter, so there's a lot to go here. But, you want to make sure that you're keeping in mind that you do have a short week coming up afterwards. So get all you guys out there, get equal action, and keep everyone fresh.
Here's a handoff. Williams carries it on the trap play down to the 37-yard line, a gain of 2. It'll bring up 3rd and 5.
Kutztown with a 3rd down here. They've done well on 3rd down so far.
Empty backfield now for Barton, working from the near hash, trips to the far side. He drops back. He's looking. He fires. Completes it to Cody Reed for a first down inside the 30 to the 27. Inside a minute now to go in the first quarter. It is 14-0 Golden Bears. Trips to the far side. Barton will hand it off to Williams. He has a big seam off right tackle. Down over the 20, down to the 16. We'll call that a gain of 11.
Golden Bears continue to move the ball on the ground, picking up another first down on the ground.
1st and 10 at the 16. Double wing. Barton with Williams as his sole setback. He flares it out complete to Hollander, and Hollander goes down to about the 10-yard line. We'll call that a gain of 6. And if the Golden Bears want, that could be the final play of the first period.
Kutztown really just has Millersville back on their heels defensively. They're spreading the ball around, doing different things, giving them different looks, different packages, different formations, and really Millersville just has not done anything to find out a way to stop it yet.
And that is going to do it for the first quarter of play. A very quick first quarter here from Millersville. Your score, Kutztown 14, Millersville nothing. You're listening to Golden Bears football on Kutztown University Radio, KUR.
Kutztown University football on KUR is brought to you by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Liberty Mutual is a proud partner of Kutztown University and provides you with relevant auto and home safety tips for the way you live today. And by Camillo's Italian Restaurant and Bar. Camillo's offers Monday night wing specials, a variety of outstanding Italian dishes featuring premium ingredients and specials for KU students. Camillo's, 264 Greenwich Street in Kutztown. To get the most up-to-date and in-depth information about the Kutztown University Golden Bears, visit KU Athletics online at kubears.com. KUbears.com features extensive coverage for all 21 of Kutztown University's NCAA varsity sports. The website also features video content and allows fans to follow select games through live statistics. Be sure to check out the Kutztown Golden Bears at kubears.com. Go Bears, go!
We are back in Millersville. Matt Santos here along with Josh Leiboff. The Golden Bears jumping out to a 14-0 lead and threatening again. Pat Dietrich back in our KUR studios in beautiful Kutztown, Pennsylvania. Just about an hour and 5 minutes or so northeast of here. Millersville right outside of Lancaster. 2nd and 5. Here is Barton on the draw, and he takes it down over the 5. He has a first down. It will be 1st and goal, Bears.
Touchdown saving tackle there by number 20, P.J. Santos. Getting a lot of work from that safety position.
Millersville 0-4, and they have given up a lot of points in those 4 losses. 1st and goal at the 2. Here's a handoff. And this will be Williams who takes it in easily for the Golden Bear touchdown. Flags fly everywhere.
Flags after the play. This extracurricular activity going on. The players jawing at each other.
Well, there was a lot of that last week late in the Cheney game, too, on both sides, Josh.
Yeah. At Kutztown, you got to look to cut that kind of stuff out. You don't want those types of penalties, especially after plays, the unsportsmanlike conduct penalties. And you don't want things that are happening when you have a lead.
It's on Kutztown.
A penalty, a dead ball penalty, so that means it's after the play, so the touchdown should stand. The ball is getting marked back here at the 18-yard line for the extra point. So it'll be a 35-yard extra point attempt here for Rosenfeld.
Kick is certainly long enough, but it's wide to the right, no good. So that penalty bit the Golden Bears there. 14:35 to go in the first half. Your score, Kutztown 20, Millersville nothing. You're listening to Golden Bears football on Kutztown University Radio, KUR.
Hilton Garden Inn Allentown West features everything you need for a successful trip to the Kutztown area. Located just 20 minutes from campus near Fogelsville, the Hilton Garden Inn Allentown West offers a complimentary shuttle for corporate travelers, friendly service, and complimentary high-speed wired and wireless internet access to make your trip to Allentown successful, whatever the reason for your visit. Meeting rooms, leisure facilities, and a delicious cook-to-order breakfast make the Hilton Garden Inn Allentown West the natural choice. For reservations and information, call 610-398-6645 or visit HiltonGardenInn3.Hilton.com.
Well, the Golden Bears are 3 for 3 on offense, 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns, and they lead Millersville 20-0. The scoring streak now, unanswered, is at 94-0, dating back to the beginning of last week's Cheney game. The one thing, though, the Golden Bears, they have to get rid of those penalties, Josh. You're winning these games by an enormous margin. You don't need to be doing that.
Yeah, and that's in the terms of problems for your football team, that's one that you'd like to have, is having a lead and playing well with that lead and not doing those silly penalties that just kind of hurt your team when they're really not necessary.
There's a return by David Coates, who will bring it up to about the 17, where Millersville will go to work. The Marauders have had a heck of a time this season. In their 4 games, they lost the opener to Livingston 46-44, got beat by Clarion 55-16, Slippery Rock 46-17, and Westchester 62-7, losing 20-0 here in the early in the second quarter to the Golden Bears. Slot to the far side on 1st and 10 from the 17. Misley, he'll hand it off, and taking it around the right side for no gain, Patterson.
Yeah, I mean, this is a Millersville program that has really fallen on hard times. You think back in years past, there have been just some barn burner games here between Kutztown and Millersville, and now it's just Millersville just is really struggling to get anything going on the football field.
First quarter alone, the Golden Bears outgained Millersville 208-28. The time of possession in favor of the Golden Bears, 11:37 to 3:23. Second down handoff picks up maybe 2 yards.
Well, you say that 208 to 28, 17 of those yards were on that first play that they ran, that run by Coates. Other than that, they've just really done nothing offensively.
Cheney last week was really shut down by the Golden Bears. 3rd down and 9 from the 18. Misley is back. He fires over the middle, and it's picked off. Picked off at the 30, up to the 35, still on his feet, 25-20
Nieves
to the 10,
with the ball.
Inside the 10 to the 5.
And he was just playing center field there and made an easy interception out in space and a nice run back, and I think he was looking at a pick 6 there, but wasn't quite able to get it all the way back in. And Millersville is off the field offensively again, and the Golden Bears in business again with a chance to up their lead.
The KU marching unit has made the trip here to Bemis-Durford. They will be in a competition at the adjacent high school tonight, and they are having a lot to get excited about over there. First and goal from the 5. Trips to the near side, one receiver to the far side. Barton, he fires it complete to Hollander, and Hollander goes in easily for the touchdown. A flag flies.
Looks like that might be a flag on a block there. Hollander was able to get in to the end zone untouched, but it's probably because of a illegal block. Officials still discussing the matter here, trying to figure out where the penalty happened. The hold is going to be against Kutztown, and it'll be at the 11-yard line. So the hold happened at the 1. So the 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul puts it back to the 11. So it'll be first and goal from the 11.
Well, and that's the one, Ben. The one negative, as we just talked about, for the Golden Bears have been the penalties here in this game, as they have Westchester and Bloomsburg coming to town the next 2 weeks. They have to cut those out. First and goal from the 11. Barton will hand it off, and the running back is going to be stacked up for maybe a loss of a half a yard. That is Darrell Scott. Last week, we talked a little bit about the Cheney game. Kutztown had 32 first downs to Cheney's 3. Yards were 572 to 47. Yards per play 6.7 to 1.0. And defensively, Cheney's 47 total yards marked the lowest for the Kutztown defense since 1998. Second and goal from the 11. Slot to the far side. Barton is back. A lot of time. Standing back there all day looking. Fired to the back of the end zone. Incomplete. A jumping leap by Brett Fox. No way.
Nice effort by Fox to try and make the catch there in the back of the end zone, but it was a little bit too high. A lot of time there. Nice protection by the offensive line, giving Barton all sorts of time to find someone to throw the ball to.
Third and goal from the 11. 3 receivers stacked to the far side. Williams to the near side. Barton back, fires for Williams in the near corner, incomplete.
Not quite there, and the Golden Bears will bring on the field goal unit and see if Rosenfeld can have a little bit better success here after missing that extra point moments ago.
Luckenbaugh will kneel at the 18, so we'll call it a 28-yard field goal unofficially. The kick is high enough and long enough, and it's good. 11:55 to go in the second quarter. Your score, Kutztown 23, Millersville nothing. You're listening to Golden Bears football on Kutztown University Radio, KUR.
Kelly's Sports is your apparel headquarters for Kutztown University Athletics, with store locations in Westchester and Reading and online stores at kellysteamsports.com. Kelly's offers simple setup, easy ordering, quick turnaround, and no hassles for athletic teams and organizations. You focus on winning games, Kelly's makes sure you look good doing it. Kelly's Sports, since 1972, outfitting team sports is what we do.
The Golden Bears, in just over 5 quarters, now have an unanswered scoring streak of 97-0, leading Millersville here 23-0 after the 28-yard field goal by Alec Rosenfeld.
Well, if you're Millersville, you have to be looking for positives, and defensively they made a stop there, thanks to, in part to a costly penalty that negated a touchdown. But your first and goal from the 5-yard line, you only give up 3 points. That's a positive to build off of. So we'll see if the Golden Bears can keep the momentum going here defensively and keep that scoreless streak going, because not only is it a 97 scoring streak, but It's now 5+ quarters with no points allowed by the defense.
Deutsch with the kickoff, and Millersville having trouble as it's bobbled back at the goal line, and the returner will be brought down at the 6-yard line. They just cannot get anything going.
Nice pursuit and covers there, and tackle made by Waltemeyer to bring the returner down after he bobbled it. It'll be at the 6-yard line. So Kutztown with very good field position defensively here to make Millersville go a long distance if they want to score some points.
1st and 10 at the 6-yard line. Misley's yet to complete a pass. He's 0 for 3. Here's a handoff, and coming around the near side and taking it to the 10-yard line is number 10 for the Marauders. That is Evander Barkley.
Delp on the stop for the Golden Bears. A nice hit coming up from the backfield and bringing the runner down from the strong side linebacker position is Delp. Pickup of about 4 yards, and we'll have an injured player on the field. Millersville has one of their players down getting attended to.
Well, it's really, the skies have really cleared up since kickoff, Josh. It's blue skies now with some wispy clouds in the distance, but it's still chilly out there.
Yeah.
The wind is whipping, and of the days we've had so far this fall, this is by far the chilliest.
Yeah, it's really cooled down here, and like you said, it was in the pregame. It was very overcast. Not much sun at all, and then shortly before the game started, the sun started popping out, and now it's mostly sunny here as the sun continues to set in the western end zone, beyond the western end zone, and Millersville staring right into that sun offensively. Player getting up off the ground is Myron Miles, a running back. He is walking off under his own power, which is good to see.
Interestingly enough, KUTV has made a very rare road trip. They are telecasting this. Don't go anywhere because it's not live, but you'll be able to watch the game on KUTV in the days ahead. They are putting this all on tape or whatever they put it on these days.
On hard drive,
hard drive, that's right.
Yeah.
And
no more tape.
Yeah, so you'll be able to watch it back.
I mean, that's the new production trailer that the electronic media department is rolling out here this semester. A great addition to that program's repertoire from an equipment standpoint. It allows them to really be a lot more mobile in what they can do, and brings it up to date after that. After the old production truck lasted for several decades.
It sure did. Gain of 3 on 2nd down, a complete pass by Misley, and now on 3rd down, flags fly everywhere. KUTV will be telecasting the next 2 weeks' games live. You'll want to check them out. That'll be Westchester Thursday night, and then on October 18th, the homecoming game against Bloomsburg, the day that Kutztown will be naming the stadium in honor of Andre Reed. And we return to the air in 3 weeks up at East Stroudsburg, and we'll be with you for the remainder of the season on KUR. 3rd down and 8 now as the penalty goes against Millersville. Double wing, Misley rolling in the end zone. He's looking. He throws, leap ball, incomplete, up at the 32-yard line. Misley was directing traffic there, Josh.
Yeah, it was a nice job of staying alive. It was nice pressure on the play there for the Golden Bears in forcing Misley out of the pocket, but not able to find an open receiver. And it'll be a time for a punt again for the Marauders.
Evan Stahl, the sophomore, will be back in his own end zone with the sun in his eyes. Deep for the Golden Bears at the 40-yard line is Hollander, the freshman out of Clark Summit. Kutztown showing pressure, low snap. Stahl gets it away, a wobbly punt that's going to take a nice Millersville bounce and roll back. Close to midfield, they will down it at the 49.
Again, the punt goes from the one hash mark to the other and ends up being out toward midfield. So what could have been a very short punt ends up being somewhat successful. Kutztown will indeed start in Millersville territory with this drive at the 49-yard line.
Chad Barton's 8 of 11 for 62 yards. On the ground, he's rushed for 52 yards. Darrell Scott has 6 carries for 45. Kutztown moving from left to right here in the second quarter. Barton firing over the middle. It's picked off. Back there playing center field at the 25 is the Millersville defender who brings it up over the 35, 40, 45, and a rare mistake there by Chad Barton.
There's P.J. Santos, no relation with the interception. He's having a good game for the Marauders. And there's a flag here in the late going. We'll see what happens here. It is in the Kutztown backfield in the area of what might be roughing the passer. That's what it is, roughing the passer against Millersville. So that negates the interception, and Kutztown will hold on to the ball.
Well, that's what you call snake bit, Josh.
Yeah,
they just cannot get a break.
Not a lot of luck going Millersville's way. And erases what would have been Barton's second interception of the season. So he has not made a lot of mistakes in passing the ball this year, and that was one of them. But he's lucky. Well, I guess if you count getting roughing, having the passer getting roughed, being lucky that one gets taken off the board.
1st and 10 from the 39. I'm sure the coaches will still use that in the film session this week and show him what he could improve on there. Here's a handoff, and this is Waugh cutting up 25-20, first down after a gain of about 15 yards.
A nice run there by Waugh up the middle, and he doesn't do a lot of his running up the middle, but he was able to get through the hole at the line and make a couple of guys miss and pick up a first down.
First and 10 at the 20. Trips to the far side. Hollander in motion to the near side. Waugh on the handoff. He spins, brings it to the near side, over the 20, and he dives forward down to the 18-yard line. Now, this is a stretch, Josh. The Golden Bears had a very tough stretch to open the season. They had to go all the way west to the western part of the state to play Slippery Rock in the opener, come back against a very usually tough IUP team, which the Golden Bears defeated, then go back across the state to Gannon before coming home last week. But now things have settled down. The road trips are pretty close, and you have a nice home stretch coming up after this. Here's a handoff to Waugh, who jukes his way down for a couple more yards.
Well, we talked about it in the pregame. The Golden Bears want to make sure they don't look forward to the next couple of games here after this one, and it doesn't seem like they are, leading 23-0 here so far. But, this is that kind of part of the season where, the Golden Bears will now have to start hitting some really tough competition after this week with Westchester and Bloomsburg, the next two opponents.
3rd down and 7 to the end zone goes Barton, incomplete off the outstretched fingertips of his intended receiver. That's Brett Fox.
Fox making a nice effort, a burst of speed there at the last moment to try and get out and catch that ball and stretch and do everything he can, but couldn't quite come up with it. So it'll bring up 4th down, and Kutztown will bring on the field goal unit once again.
It will be a 35-yarder for Alec Rosenfeld, trying to stretch that unanswered point streak to 100. The kick is high enough, long enough, and it's good. 8:20 to go here in the second quarter. Your score, Kutztown 26, Millersville nothing. You're listening to Golden Bears football on Kutztown University Radio, KUR.
Kutztown University football on KUR is brought to you by the Kutztown Tavern, featuring contemporary American cuisine with local flair and handcrafted microbrews from the on-site Golden Avalanche Brewing Company. Visit the Kutztown Tavern, the center of downtown on Main Street. And by the Crown Plaza Reading. Enjoy an enriched hotel stay at a great value to business and leisure travelers at the Crown Plaza Reading.
35-yard field goal, and I'll tell you what, after having kicking difficulties last year, Alec Rosenfeld has been a real blessing for the Golden Bears. I think he's a kid that you could pretty much count on sticking in a tough situation. Maybe in the next couple of weeks you may have to win one of those games on a field goal, and now you feel a little more confident.
Yeah, well, it's interesting. Rosenfeld had been perfect from a PAT standpoint, hitting his first 18, 19, 20 before he missed his third one today after that penalty backed him up to what would have been a 35-yard extra point. He's now kicked 2 field goals since then, including this last one, which was exactly 35 yards, and made them. So, learning from that mistake and bouncing back and hitting the kicks is really the key to a kicker being successful, and he's doing a good job of bouncing back from that miss earlier.
The return will be taken from the 8-yard line. A nice return to the near side and up to the 30-yard line comes number 80 for Millersville. That is Joshua Davis.
About the best starting position, I feel, for Millersville here, starting at their own 30. For the last couple of times have been deep inside their own territory, and this one they're not necessarily inside their own red zone.
First and 10, Millersville from the 30. It was Brent Collins on the return for Millersville. Here is Misley. He flares it out on the far side. It's complete. And juking his way down over the 30 to about the 33-yard line is David Coates.
Nice catch and run there by Coates. Pick up positive yardage on first down.
Minson Dugan on the tackle for the Golden Bears. 2nd and 7 from the 33. 26-0 Golden Bears, 7:41 to go. Here is a play action and a quarterback draw, and Misley will get no gain.
Golden Bears defense is Delpin Condren with the stop there for Kutztown, forcing a 3rd and long.
Interesting situation, Josh, and I guess we can't call 100-0 unanswered necessarily a record. When Kutztown beat Trenton State 58-0 in 1949, the Golden Bears beat Montclair State the week before 38-6. So if Kutztown scored 38 unanswered points in that game, that could be the record.
Yeah, you're right.
And good luck finding that. we would really have to go back into the archives.
What year was that?
That was 1949, which is
before my time.
Yeah,
sorry.
That's the record Kutztown broke last week. Was a 58-0 defeat of Trenton State, which is now College of New Jersey, back in 1949. So that thought just kind of popped back into my head when I said, all right, 100-0 is probably the best ever. But anyway,
well, the one thing that Kutztown can do is just keep scoring here, and
and then we'll know it.
Erase any doubt.
What's 58 plus 38? Figure it out quick. Here is a pass that is intercepted. Yeah, Millersville had a delay a game penalty.
21, Drake Brumfield picking off the pass there. It was a 3rd and long. So Millersville kind of a desperation heave there, trying to get a first down, but Brumfield stepped in front of the receiver and got the interception. So another stop defensively for the Golden Bears.
So it'll be first down for the Golden Bears. They will have it at their own 48-yard line. 6:23 to go in the half. It is 26-0 Golden Bears.
That's 96, by the way. 58 plus 38.
Oh. So it is
well, unless the next game after that, who knows?
That's
the
true.
game after that 58 point, that they would scored a few points there. Another nice pickup there on first down for the Golden Bears. They move into Millersville territory. Terry Williams, I think, on that run.
Yep, 12 yards. First and 10 at the Marauder 40. Hollander in motion. Kutztown really showing that motion today. Here is a handoff, and this looks to be Williams again. He'll take it down to the 37-yard line, a gain of 3.
The motion, it seems, is Kutztown is looking to see what defense, obviously, Millersville is in, and they're doing that read option a lot out of it, so certainly has to have something to do with it. Who's getting the ball and which way they're going.
2nd and 7 from the Marauder 37. Barton down the far sideline, and it is incomplete. Williams had a shot at it.
Kellen Williams, yeah, he's in and out of his hands, but a nice defensive play there by 37 Jamal Dixon, staying with him step for step, not allowing him to get a good look at that pass.
3rd and 7 from the 37. Westchester a winner today over Lock Haven easily. The Rams improved to 5-0 overall, 4-0 in the PSAC East, tied with Bloomsburg atop the division. Bloomsburg assuming they beat Cheney today. Here is a pass incomplete, intended for Cody Reed on the near side, and that'll bring up 4th down. And for the first time today, Kutztown will send in the punting unit.
It'll be Andrew Deutsch coming in to punt his first time on the field today. Averaging just over 38 yards per punt. Is right at his average, the 38-yard line.
Just gets it away. A nice high punt. Wiggins is deep, and it's going to take a Golden Bear bounce at the 1, and then a Millersville bounce back to about the 7-yard line, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Marauders deep in their own territory.
Yeah, nice job there by Deutsch, hitting it in at the 1 and then angling it so that it bounces back away from the goal line. There is a flag down. No indication yet. Officials are conversing with Kutztown's coaches. So the call is a running into the kicker, and because it was 4th and 8, the 5 yards on that play would not have been enough for a first down. So Kutztown will take the punt there and put Millersville inside its own 7-yard line. And interesting situation there. It wouldn't have been enough for a first, but it would have been a 4th and 3. Wonder if the thought crossed Coach Clemens' mind to go for it there on 4th and 3. But I guess you got a good punt, put them deep inside their own territory. Just might as well just let them take over the ball.
First down carry by Coates is good for about a yard. 2nd and 9, 4:52 and counting here in the second quarter. 26-0 Golden Bears.
Defense has really been controlling the ball, controlling the line of scrimmage, really on both sides of the ball.
Stoppage of play down on the field.
Flag on the play. And, with that being said, Kutztown controlling both sides of the ball, it should be noted that both of Kutztown's coordinators are Millersville products here. Homecoming for both of them. Ross Pennypacker, the defensive coordinator, and Brad Mangle in his first game against Millersville as the offensive coordinator. He was a longtime coach here at Millersville and just joined the staff of the Golden Bears in the off season, coming back on that side of the field for the first time. So they have to be happy with how they're performing against their former team.
First and 13, here's a handoff up the middle to the 6-yard line. That's Coates on the carry. And Josh, you and I have both been around the PSAC a long time. You really have to think hard to think of a program that has really fallen on such hard times like Millersville. I mean, they were the cream of the crop back in the 90s. And I just tried to think, has there been anybody who was, and then I'm sure there are, but Millersville's just really, really had a tough stretch. Third down. Misley in the end zone. He's rolling, he's looking, and he just throws it away, incomplete.
Yeah, I don't think there's really ever been, as wide of a disparity in terms of how good a program was at one time to how much it struggles now. It seems like over the years that the programs have been pretty consistent. Otherwise, Bloomsburg's always been good. Westchester's always been good. IUP, California has gone from poor to really good.
The other way,
It's Slippery Rock has always been good, and even if they have a down year and they bounce back, it's just not been. Hasn't happened.
The punt by Stahl, it goes straight up into the air. I don't know if it was a shank, but he just kicked it straight up. And Kutztown's going to get great field position at about the 28-yard line. East Stroudsburg's been pretty consistent over the years. Josh, Westchester's always been good. Lock Haven has struggled for a long time.
Right.
Clarion has been kind of middle-low of the pack for a while. Kutztown has pretty much stayed there in the middle with a couple of really, really good years. Obviously, a few years ago when they won the PSAC, a couple of bad years, but going from the Gene Carpenter era to where Millersville is now, it has to be frustrating for the longtime fans. First and 10 from the 28. Barton hands it off to Scott, who will go off the left side, and Scott has a lot of room as he takes it up over the 20 to the 19. 3:19 to go, 26-0. Golden Bears here in the second.
So the Golden Bears continue to pound the ball here on the grounds and picking up yardage, keeping the clock running. Making it second and short here at the 20-yard line. It's second and 2.
Backs in the eye. Wing to the near side. Here's Scott off the far side, and he's going to push forward. It's going to be about a yard short of the first down at the 19.
It'll be not quite enough for a first down, but it's third and inches here, third and maybe a foot or two.
And backs in the eye. Barton will hand it off. Scott pushing the pile, and it will totally depend on the spot. It looks like he's going to have it. We'll see.
Get a lot of push there to the Golden Bears, but it may be enough. No indication yet, although the gentleman with the yard marker has switched it to first down already, and now he switches it back, and I think we'll have a measurement now.
Clock down to 2:03 in the second quarter. And we've been playing just about an hour. Very fast first half. Take a look at some of the numbers here, Josh, especially the total yardage for Millersville. Kick over here to our team stats. $11 passes for 36 yards for the Marauders and 1 rushing yard. So they've been held to 19 plays and 42 yards. Kutztown, 43 plays, 260 yards. That's a tough first half.
Yeah. So the measurement shows that it's a first down, so the Golden Bears will get a new set of downs here at their own at the Millersville 18-yard line, 1st and 10.
Got a little trivia for you here, Josh, as we have a 1st and 10 from the 19. Barton dropping back, a lot of time, throwing wide open in the far side, a leap for the ball, and it's incomplete. It was a battle for the ball, and Martin may have just put a little bit too much air under it, Josh, as the defender was able to get in there and break it up.
Yeah, it was a nice play there between Williams and Santos battling for it, and Santos got the better of it, knocking the ball loose after the duo had actually fallen down to the ground already with both of them with the ball. So it's an incomplete pass.
Yes, sir. 2nd and 10, backs in the eye. Ball at the 18-yard line. Barton will hand it off. Coming to the near side is Scott, and he is tripped up after a short gain. So, Josh, Kutztown set its school record last week, a 74-0 win. What is the most lopsided game in the history of college football? Do you remember? Well, you won't remember, but you probably read about it.
I remember reading about it. I think it was like a
3rd and 9.
Kentucky or somebody
South.
In that area.
You're right. It's
Tennessee,
South.
Kentucky, somewhere around there.
3rd and 9.
Like 190 or something crazy like that.
Keep going. Here's a screen pass near side, and this is Scott, and Scott is going to take it down the near sideline in for a Golden Bear touchdown. 1:01 to go.
Nice play there by Barton and Scott hooking up on that pass out in the flat, and Scott is able to run in essentially untouched, as he has for most of the day.
The extra point to come. Rosenfeld, the kick looked like it got tipped, but it went through. We'll keep it here with 1:01 to go in the half. Kutztown 33, Cheney nothing, as the scoring streak just keeps rolling for Kutztown. 107 straight unanswered points. Josh, you got to go a little further south of Kentucky to Georgia.
Okay.
The Yellow Jackets.
Oh, Georgia Tech.
Cumberland.
That's it, Cumberland. I knew that. I think Cumberland's in Kentucky.
222. Right. Cumberland is in Kentucky. You're right. 222-0. The NFL record was set actually in a championship game. I think I'm making this up, don't you, Josh? I'm not reading anything here now. Check the 1940 Redskin-Bears championship game, in which the Bears and Sid Luckman defeated Sammy Baugh 73-0.
Wow.
Here it's 33-0, 1:01 to go. I don't know what the Division II record is. It'd be interesting to check that out. Not that we're looking for Kutztown to pull that off, but it would be interesting. Here is the kick taken back at the 2-yard line, up over the 20, and brought down at about the 25-yard line. That's number 89 again, Collins on the return. And Kutztown has had some trouble on the kickoff coverage. And again, next week's a whole new ball game. Westchester is coming in; they are undefeated. It's a Thursday night game, and in our time covering the Golden Bears, and I'm pretty sure that it's never happened that Kutztown has played a mid-season Thursday night football game. Now, maybe way back. I don't think so, because you look up the old Kutztown scores from even the 1890s. They were playing on weekends.
There weren't lights back then, so
this is true.
Unless they were playing during the day.
I think they may have. And Josh, looking up the history of the Golden Bears as number one, coach carries it, David Coates. There were Thanksgiving games going way back.
Could be.
But whether or not the Keystone Normal School was involved in that or not, I don't know. Flag on the play.
Yeah, college seems to be over by Thanksgiving. and for a regular season standpoint. But, way back, and that's going to be a personal foul against Kutztown, so Millersville will pick up 15 yards there on the play. So, but going way back, the season doesn't start as early as it does now. So, whereas now they start in late August, it seemed like the seasons would start like in late September back in those days. So maybe they did go until Thanksgiving.
Yeah, in the 1890s, they actually didn't start until really late. They were playing into December. Here is the handoff around the near side and bringing it up close to midfield with 25 seconds to go is number 39, Patterson. The Golden Bears, again, another roughing penalty as Millersville is going to take a timeout. And again, the one thing that I will criticize the Golden Bears for, Josh, are just the unnecessary penalties. You've got to be more disciplined. You've got this team down 33-0. Those penalties,
they're down in their last minute and deep in their own territory. You give them 15 yards, it's essentially giving them life and a chance to get something going here. And here they are at midfield with 15.7 seconds left, and they've got a shot here to try and get some points on the board before halftime, and that penalty had something to do with it. So, yeah, I mean, if you're giving your team marks, defensively you get an A, offensively you get an A, special teams you got a missed extra point, so maybe they're a B, but penalties, that's bringing some marks down overall, some unnecessary penalties against the Golden Bears.
And the missed extra point was the result of a penalty. You can really say that.
Yeah.
2nd and 8, an interesting set as he has 3 men in the backfield. Complete pass down the near sideline to Evander Barkley. That'll go down to the 35-yard line. First down for Millersville, 10 seconds to go. And they'll have a chance to heave it toward the end zone or maybe set up a field goal depending on what they want to do. But, yeah, the penalties, again, I know in a game where things sort of start getting out of hand, both sides can get a little bit chippy, but you got to be able to walk away. 1st and 10 from the 35. Oh, and the center just snapped the ball, and Misley was not ready. Let's see who has it.
Some sort of stoppage here, and the Golden Bears will come up with the ball. You're right. And you mentioned the word snake bit right there, Matt.
Unreal.
Earlier, and that just is more of that. Millersville finally moving the ball. Misley had the best throw of the game so far, hitting the receiver in stride on the previous throw, and he gets out of bounds. They're in Kutztown territory. They've got 10 seconds on the clock. Got a chance to maybe throw it into the end zone once, or you throw another couple of quick passes, and just like that, your center and quarterback get their signals crossed, and there's a fumble on the snap, and Kutztown dives on it.
9 seconds to go. Kutztown will get in the victory formation here to end the first half with a 1st and 10 at its own 38. Barton will kneel it out, and we will go to halftime. Stick around. Steve Degler will be talking to Sean Landis as the 3rd installment of our Hall of Fame induction interviews. Your score at the half, it is Kutztown 33, Millersville nothing. You're listening to Golden Bears football on Kutztown University Radio KUR.
Avalanche, Kutztown University's very own mascot, is available to appear at your event. Whether it's a birthday party, grand opening, or town parade, Inviting Avalanche will add in extra fun and entertainment for people of all ages. Also, kids can join Avalanche's Golden Bear Cub Club, which allows them to become junior members of the KU team. Make everyone's experience golden by visiting kutztown.edu/avalanche. Once again, that's kutztown.edu/avalanche. Stop by the new KU campus store or Dixon Marketplace any Monday following a KU home football game to receive 5% off KU apparel for every touchdown the Golden Bears score. The Paul Bucks discount is offered win or lose, with a minimum discount of 15% and a maximum discount of 40%. The KU campus store and Dixon Marketplace are divisions of the nonprofit affiliate of Kutztown University, KUSSI. All purchases benefit KU students.
Osgood's Neighborhood Grill and Bar is the newest food choice in town. Located just over a mile west of the Kutztown University campus on Kutztown Road, Osgood's features amazing steaks, seafood dishes, fall-off-the-bone ribs, and chef specials, soups, chowders, and chili, pastas and light fare, sizzling starters and salads, and burgers and sandwiches. For information, visit osgoodsbarandgrill.com. It's always good at Osgood's.
Looking for that next step in your career? Choose a KU master's degree. Register online for our fall graduate information sessions for an in-depth look at specific master's programs, speak with professors, and learn about financial aid for continuing education. For more information on Kutztown University's graduate programs, visit kutztownmasters.com. That's kutztownmasters.com.
Back here at Bemis Durford Stadium in Millersville, it is halftime. It has been all Kutztown University Golden Bears. They lead the Marauders by a score of 33-0. The Golden Bears, going back to last week's game, have now scored 107 unanswered points against its opponents. That's Cheney and Millersville. Right now we're going to send it back to the studio. Our Steve Degler sat down with our third inductee into the Kutztown University Athletic Hall of Fame, which will take place on November 1st. Sean Landis, here is Steve Degler with the Kutztown University Halftime Report.
Welcome to the KU Football Halftime Report. I'm Steve Degler. The Kutztown University Athletics Hall of Fame has announced its 2014 class of inductees. The 36th annual class has 6 new members, which increases the total membership to 187 since the Hall of Fame was formed in 1977. The KU Hall of Fame ceremony will be held in the Student Recreation Center on the KU campus at 10 a.m. on Saturday, November 1st. One of the 6 inductees this year is Sean Landis, who competed in track and field at Kutztown from 2000 to 2003. Sean Landis is a 9-time All-PSAC men's track and field performer in triple jump, high jump, javelin, and pentathlon. He is also a 5-time PSAC triple jump champion, winning the indoor title 3 times and the outdoor championship twice. Landis is the school record holder in the pentathlon and rates on 3 of Kutztown's indoor all-time top 10 lists. He also holds the outdoor triple jump record and ranks on 4 of Kutztown's outdoor all-time top 10 lists. In 2002, Landis was named the most outstanding athlete at the PSAC Outdoor Championships after placing in 4 events to lead KU to its 3rd straight team championship. He went on to earn All-America honors, placing 2nd in the decathlon at the NCAA Division II Championships. He was named PSAC Rookie of the Year in 2000, and Landis was named the 2003 Kutztown Male Senior Athlete of the Year. Academically, Landis was named to the 2002 PSAC Spring Top 10, the PSAC's top award that recognizes student athletes who excel in both the classroom and in athletic competition. And he was a 3-time PSAC Scholar Athlete and a 4-time KU Dean's List honoree. And we welcome to the KU Football Halftime Report Sean Landis, one of 6 inductees into the 2014 KU Athletics Hall of Fame class. Sean, thanks for taking the time and congratulations on this great honor.
Oh, thank you. No problem. I'm glad to be here.
When you look at this honor for you going into the KU Athletic Hall of Fame, what does it mean to you?
It means a lot. I love the sport of track and field. I love competing at Kutztown. I devoted my heart and soul to it, and it really means a lot to be honored and recognized for the accomplishments that I had while I attended KU.
KU has such a strong tradition in track and field. What led you here in the first place?
I love the campus. When I went for a visit, I was actually there as a high school athlete for a camp, a jumps camp. I love the campus. I love the setting. I grew up on a very small dairy farm in central PA. The farms around Kutztown just reminded me a lot of home. So it just kind of felt like my home away from home.
When you listen to those accolades, a little more than 10 years since you accomplished all that, what goes through your mind?
Well, it brings back a lot of memories. Like I said, I absolutely love competing. I love the sport of track and field. I had a great group of guys around me. It kind of surprises me. I mean, I don't really sit and think about those things a lot, those accomplishments, and to hear them read, it kind of brought back quite a few memories. I sat here listening to you read that, and it really was quite a list, and I don't know. I guess I'm a little speechless.
When you look back, whether at KU or before that, who were some of the people that had great influence on your track and field career?
Well, I have to start when I was a young freshman in high school. Track and field sign-ups came and went, and I didn't sign up. One of my teachers, she was one of the coaches as well, she kept on me. She said, I think you'll be really good at this sport. At the time, I loved basketball and was big into basketball, but she kept after me. And I went out then as a freshman and then just fell in love with the sport. I continued on with it. It soon became my favorite sport. So I have to start there. As I make my way into Kutztown, great coaches there, great athletes to compete with. Coach Munshine did an excellent job preparing us for meets, and the guys that I worked with, I mean, I can't praise them enough. They pushed me every single day. They were hard workers, and they taught me what it meant to be successful.
Well, I mentioned decathlon, pentathlon, javelin, high jump, triple jump. Where did all that versatility start for you?
Well, I think it has to start when I was a kid. When I was a kid growing up, like I said, rural central PA, I lived on a dairy farm, and we didn't have a television. So my entertainment was to go outside and run around and play. A lot of times I was in the barn playing basketball. But whatever it was, I had a younger sister who also enjoyed sports, and we would just be outside. She was very close in age, and we'd be outside running around playing. Just anything was a game. And we just enjoyed being outside, running around and playing and having a good time.
How difficult is it to train for all those events and stay sharp in each of them?
Well, it's difficult, and especially in the heat of competition, to be able to put aside maybe an event or a performance that you didn't like. It's hard to put that aside and stay focused on the next one. So, a lot of mental preparation and something like that, and just, for the years of experience that I had in track and field. As a high school kid, like I said, as a freshman, when I first came out, I started up doing 3 events. For my sophomore year on, I did 4. So I was used to doing several events per meet, and in PA, you're only allowed to do 4 events in a high school meet. So I was used to doing that many of events, and I was, had the practice of putting a bad event behind me because I know my team was counting on me. So, I just kind of carried that over into Kutztown.
When you start training for the pentathlon, what goes into all of that and learning how to train in a certain way so you're sharp in all those events?
Well, to train for a pentathlon and even a decathlon, I mean, it's really varied. I think most days I was the first one to practice, to work on different events, and one of the last ones to leave practice at Kutztown. We worked very hard. Coach Munshine did a great job, setting up a schedule of training to make sure I had the conditioning and everything underneath me, and just the assistant coaches there and stuff helping me out in the different events. I mean, really, I was lucky in the fact that I picked up things very quickly as an athlete. So they could show me a few times, and we could do a few drills, and I could pick up on it, and I could excel at it. So that was just something that was very fortunate. I'm very fortunate to have that ability and had that ability as an athlete.
We're talking with Sean Landis, KU men's track and field performer and a member of the 2014 KU Athletics Hall of Fame. Sean, did you have a particular event that you enjoyed more than another?
Well, I think triple jump actually was one that I really enjoyed as a high school athlete. Experienced a lot of success in triple jump, and still is kind of one of my favorite events. I really enjoy the triple jump, the technique that's involved with it. It's just a very technical event, and I really enjoy that. And I think the javelin, of the throwing events, I think the javelin was probably my favorite. It was a lot of fun to release the javelin and just watch it fly, and just watch an implement fly far. That was just a really neat thing. I think those 2 were probably my favorite 2 events.
Well, you mentioned all the athletic achievements and then your academic achievements as well in the classroom. From an educational standpoint, how important was Kutztown to you?
It was very important, vitally important. I mean, in high school, I took my academics as second behind sports. I was very into sports, and unfortunately, I put my education kind of on the back burner when it came to that. I did well enough, but probably not as well as I could have. When I made the transition to Kutztown, I really got in the mindset that, hey, this next 4 years is going to determine the rest of my life. And I really buckled down, and I think I put academics on par or up there with my athletics. It was very important to me to do well. I strived to do well, and I pushed myself.
All those events you're doing and getting to practice early and leaving late, was it tough to balance all of that with the classroom as well?
At times, but for the most part, it came pretty easy. I was fortunate that with track and field, a lot of our competitions are on Saturdays, so I didn't have to miss a lot of class throughout the week. I was able to focus on those classes. It was nice, too. We kind of had a little bit of preferential timing of our classes so we can get our classes in a little bit earlier, and we can make sure that we had the time for practice free in the afternoons. And if we had an evening class, I was finished with practice in time to get to my evening class. So, Coach did a great job working with my schedule and helping us come up with the schedules that would fit in the time frame so we could have that time to practice.
And what is Sean Landis up to these days?
Well, I graduated from Kutztown in 2003, and that fall I got a job teaching 8th grade math back at the school where I graduated from. And this is the start of my 12th year teaching 8th grade math. So I've been doing that for a long time. Also, right out of college, the spring of 2004, the spring of 2004, I became a volunteer coach for the same high school team that I was involved with. I was a volunteer for a couple years, became the assistant coach, was the assistant coach for a few years, and now the past 8 years, I've been the head coach of our boys track team here at Warrior Run.
Well, congratulations on your induction. We look forward to seeing you here on Saturday, November 1st.
Thank you. I appreciate the honor and appreciate you guys taking the time to talk with me today.
Sean Landis has been our guest. The 36th Annual KU Hall of Fame class will be inducted. The ceremony to be held in the Student Recreation Center on the KU campus at 10 a.m. on Saturday, November 1st. Thanks for listening to the KU Football Halftime Report. I'm Steve Degler. The second half kickoff comes your way next.
Nominated for Best College Radio Station at an institution with under 10,000 enrollment and winner of Best Use of Social Media, your news leader in northeastern Berks County, KUR, Kutztown.
The KUR news time is the top of the hour. I'm Mike Regensberger. Kutztown Borough Police are asking for the public's help in identifying two women who stole over $3,000 worth of cosmetics from the CVS here in town this past Tuesday. In the incident, police tell KUR News, two women entered the store around 7 p.m. While one of the women distracted an employee with a question, the other one loaded up on $3,000 worth of cosmetics in a bag. The woman then fled in an unknown direction. A picture of the duo can be seen on the KUR Facebook page. Just go to our Facebook page and look for the message posted Friday morning. If you think you know the crooks, call Crime Alert Berks County, 1-877-373-9913. That's 1-877-373-9913. If your tips lead to an arrest, you may be eligible for a cash reward, and you can remain anonymous. Kutztown University Radio would like to remind all students that Monday is the final day to register to vote for the big November election. Visit kutztown.turbovote.org. That's kutztown.turbovote.org for more information. Experience a new kind of electronic music. World-class acrobats groove on the scintillating beats of DJ Buckin while Circus Electronica takes audiences of all ages deep into the singularity. As technology and the human experience merge, witness high-flying acro-ballet blend seamlessly with electronic dance music in a revolution that is leaving audiences stunned. Weidenhammer presents Circus Electronica Sunday, October 18th at 7:30 p.m. at the Santander Performing Arts Center. Tickets available at the box office, Ticketmaster, or at 1-800-745-3000. Checking KUR Sports, here are the Golden Bears away games right here, play-by-play on KUR. Monsoon Mike says fall-like weather. From KUR News, I'm Mike Regensberger. I wish you an absolutely fantastic day.
Kutztown University football on KUR is brought to you by Mama's Delight Pizza, featuring fresh bread baked daily, fast delivery, daily specials, and online ordering. Visit Mama's 7 days a week in downtown Kutztown. And by Service Electric Cablevision, your foundation for family entertainment, offering lightning-fast, high-speed internet speeds, hundreds of TV channel choices, and crystal-clear phone service. Bundle and save today at secv.com. In addition to the online home for Kutztown University Athletics, KUBears.com, there are several ways to follow the Golden Bears through social media. Find out about KU Athletics on Twitter by following @KU Golden Bears. Become a fan on Facebook by searching for and liking Kutztown University Athletics. Finally, check out how to sign up for email and mobile phone updates at KUBears.com. Stay in touch with the Kutztown Golden Bears.
We're back here at Chris Field, Bemis Durfer Stadium, on the campus of Millersville University, Millersville, Pennsylvania. It is halftime. It has been all Golden Bears, 33-0 Kutztown over Millersville. Matt Santos here, along with Josh Leiboff, Pat Dietrich back in the KUR studios as we are nearing the halfway point of the road schedule for the Golden Bears. 6 road games, and they will have 3 under their belts after this game is over. Let's take a look at some first half stats. First downs, Kutztown 17-3 for Millersville. On the ground, 32 rushes for 198 yards for the Golden Bears, 14 for 40 for the Marauders. 79 yards through the air for Kutztown, 24 for Millersville. Total offense, Kutztown 48 plays, 277 yards. Millersville 23 for 64. Possession time in favor of the Golden Bears, 18:55 to 11:05. Third down conversions, Kutztown 5 of 9, Millersville 0 of 6. Fourth down, Kutztown 1 of 1. In the red zone, the Golden Bears are 5 of 5. Penalties, Kutztown 4 for 46, Millersville 4 for 29. On the ground for Millersville, the leading rusher is David Coates, 5 carries for 29 yards through the air. Matt Misley, 3 of 9, 24 yards, 2 picks. Evander Barkley is Millersville's leading receiver, 2 for 21. Evan Stahl, the punter, is averaging 38 yards per punt, a long of 58. On returns, Brent Collins, 4 for 60. Leading tackler for the Marauders, Alpha Khan and Reggie Slayton with 8 apiece. For the Golden Bears, Darryl Scott, 10 carries, 56 yards, and a touchdown. Chad Barton, 5 carries, 52 yards. James Waugh Jr., 9 for 50 and a touchdown. Terry Williams, 7 for 42 and a touchdown. Chad Barton, 9 of 16 through the air for 79 yards and a touchdown. Nathan Hollander is the leading receiver with 4 catches for 21 yards. Kellen Williams, 2 for 24. Darryl Scott, 1 for 17 and a touchdown. Andrew Deutsch, 1 punt for a 30-yard average. The leading tackler, Sam Dugan with 5. Zach Delpaz, 4. The Golden Bears, 33 unanswered points here in the first half. A 34-yard run by Darryl Scott. A 1-yard run by James Waugh in the first. A 2-yard run by Terry Williams. 28 and 35-yard field goals by Alec Rosenfeld in the second. And Darryl Scott, a 17-yard pass from Chad Barton. All but one of the extra points were good, and that was after Kutztown was penalized after a touchdown for unsportsmanlike conduct. Rosenfeld missed a very lengthy extra point, 33-0 at the half. And although this game is far from over, you would think the Golden Bears want to come out, Josh, and continue to keep that momentum going and maybe get some guys some rest going into a Thursday night game with the Westchester Golden Rams at University Field.
Yeah, a few things to keep in mind here. Obviously, there's still a lot of football to be played here, and Millersville had a brief couple of moments of success on offense there, so you want to make sure that they're not going to come out firing here. They get the ball here to start the half, so your defense has to come out and keep that intensity up and get the ball back right away, and then try the Golden Bears offense can try to get back on track. They came out of the gates firing there in the first half. Barton was I think he hit his first 8 before he had an incompletion, and now he's 9 for 16. So he's had some incompletions, and that offense has sputtered a little bit. Now, obviously, they still have 33 points on the board, but they had to settle for a couple of field goals there in the second quarter before ending the half with a touchdown. So offensively, you want to try and keep that momentum going, maybe get a couple of more scores here, get some time off the clock, and then you start thinking about getting some other guys in the game and getting some other people in, getting them some reps. And maybe your starters can kind of shut it down here as long as the game is well in hand before you start thinking about playing that game again in 4 or 5 days up at University Field.
Well, the sun is shining now on Crisp Field as the Golden Bears will boot it away to start the second half. A day that started rainy and overcast here in southeastern Pennsylvania has turned into a fairly brisk fall evening with temperatures falling into the 50s with the wind kicking up here and there. The sun, I would imagine, with a 4 o'clock start, an unusual 4 o'clock start, could be a bit of a factor here in the second half, as it will certainly continue to set to the west.
Well, the thing is, you're at 5:30 in the afternoon. There's just usually not football being played right now. You know, usually you've got a 1 o'clock start. You're over by this time, or you haven't started yet if it's a night game. So it is an interesting situation. The kick returner right now is going to be staring right into the sun as it's pretty low in the air.
This will be David Coates, who did have to cover his eyes. Coates takes it up over the 25 to about the 27. That's been one thing that the Golden Bear coaches have I don't know if they've been bothered by it, Josh, but it's certainly been a challenge for them. The different starting times. You had 6:05 out at Slippery Rock. You had a 1:05 game at home, and then a noon game out in Gannon, and then last week a 6:05 game, a 4 o'clock here. You got a 7 o'clock game on Thursday night coming up. You're back to 1:05, and then you go up to East Stroudsburg for a 3 o'clock before you get back to 1:05 and a couple of noon games to end the year.
There's one thing, if you've dealt with coaches at all in your life, they are creatures of habit. They want a routine. They want to start and stop and do things exactly the same way and get momentum going, get into a certain way of doing things. And when you have a different start time, it does shake you up. You're not able to do things the same way. You have to decide different times of when you're meeting the bus, when you're going for lunch, when you're going for this or that. So
here is Misley on the carry after Millersville was penalized 5 yards before they even got the first play off.
It is a testament to the new coaching staff here and Coach Clemens getting the Golden Bears off to a good start here, despite having so many, really two long drives, long road trips to start the season, early in the season anyway, and then, having different starting time here, and then you've got a Thursday night game. It's certainly been an interesting schedule for the coaching staff to get used to.
After a gain of 6, 2nd and 9 in the back. Actually, it's handed off. A good deception play there by Millersville as the Marauders find the seam and take it up for a first down up to the 39-yard line on the rush.
Yeah, number 38, 30. Where is he? 36, I think. Steve Miller was the unfortunate recipient of Zach Greenwald's tackle in the backfield, but he didn't have the ball. But nice misdirection, and the Marauders able to pick up a first down.
1st and 10 at the 39. Here's a handoff. This time the back will be wrapped up immediately. It'll look to be Malante Patterson on the carry.
Michael Gallagher with the stop on that one. Loss of about 3 yards on the play, so it'll be 2nd and 13.
Back at the 36. Trips to the near side, Millersville looking for the screen, and Kutztown eats it up. It was an incomplete pass.
Again, a nice defensive play there by the Golden Bears. They are certainly reading this Millersville offense pretty well. Millersville is not able to get anything going offensively.
3rd and 13 now from the 36. Millersville here in the third quarter, moving toward the west end zone from right to left on your radio dial, computer, whatever you're listening to us on, maybe even your smartphone, who knows. 3rd and 13. Misley rolling, looking, firing, completes it and the receiver was hit, and it's incomplete. For a moment there, he had it, but it looked like English PA put a licking on it.
Yeah, English PA came in and hit that receiver really hard. I think that was 25, Kevin Wiggins, who was the recipient of that hit. And it'll be 4th down. A nice defensive play to break up that passage, which would have been a first down had the receiver been able to hold on to it. We have an injured Millersville player on the field.
That looks to be number 88, Trenton Petrovich, the tight end.
Now up and gingerly jogging off the field.
Hollander will be deep for the Golden Bears, back at the 30. Stahl into punt, back at the 21. High punt by Stahl. Hollander calls for the fair catch, and he has it at the 36-yard line, and that's where the Golden Bears will go back to work. Their offense was pretty much unstoppable in the first half, and you would think here Kutztown would like to just pad that lead a bit more and then start thinking about, can we rest some guys with another game just 5 days away.
Barton will come back on the field here, leading the offense. There'll be Y in the backfield.
1st and 10 from the 36. Trips to the near side and a 4-receiver set. Barton will fire it complete on the near side to Hollander, and Hollander will get a couple of yards as he takes it to about the 39.
That bubble screen again. The Golden Bears bread and butter passing play.
The nicest screen of the day, Josh, was the one that they threw for the touchdown to Darryl Scott.
Yeah.
2nd and 7 from the 39. Back staggered receiver split. There is a handoff, and bouncing out to the far side is Wah. Wah takes it to the 45-yard line for a gain of 6. It'll be 3rd down and a few.
The thing about that screen that Kutztown throws so much, you're almost guaranteed to pick up a few yards, and every once in a while, like on that touchdown earlier, you can break one and pick up some big yardage and make a big play out of it.
3rd down and 1 from the Kutztown 45-yard line. Backs in the eye. Here is a handoff. This will be Wah, who has the first down. He takes it up to midfield, and he lost the ball, but I think he was down.
Yeah, the officials indicate that the ball was down by contact, Wah was down before the ball popped out, so a first down for the Golden Bears, and they'll be near midfield. You hear that first down song being played by the Golden Bear Band.
1st and 10 at the 49. Slot to the near side. Millersville showing blitz. Barton will hand it off, and this time Wah has a ton of room down over the 40 to the 30 to the 20.
Slayton with the stop for Millersville after a big gain. Wah is all the way down to the Millersville 20-yard line, so about a 30-yard gain there on that play. Slayton able to catch up from Wah from behind to bring him down.
1st and 10 at the Millersville 20. It's 33-0 Golden Bears, 11-10 to go in the 3rd. Back in the eye, receivers split. Handoff. This will be carried down to the 14-yard line. It's Wah on the carry again, and it looks like Kutztown has pretty much committed to the run here, Josh, and probably for 2 reasons. One, because they can run it, and they're having success, and secondly, because, again, it does shorten the game.
Well, I mean, obviously they saw that they knew that they could run just from the early going. They were running the ball, and and Millersville has yet to stop them. So they're well over 200 yards now on the ground, and might as well keep continuing to do that.
First string still in there for the Golden Bears. Slot to the near side. Here's Waugh again on the carry. This time he's going to be stacked up after maybe a yard. So to bring up third down and short, 10-15 and counting.
Not much going on that one, so the Golden Bears will be faced with a third down here, and we'll see if this is a passing play here. Barton in the shotgun.
Slot to the near side on 3rd and 3 from the 13. Waugh's the sole setback. Working from the far hash. Barton, a lot of time. Throws for the end zone, leaping. And it's a touchdown. Wow. And that was all effort there by the receiver. Barton put it there.
I think it's Fox on the catch. I may be wrong. It's hard to see. It's all the way over on the other side. Kellen Williams is the receiver. That was a nice effort there. On the catch, Barton just kind of tossed it out there, and Williams was able to dive up over the defender and make the catch.
Luckenbaugh in the hole. Rosenfeld in to attempt the extra point. The sun is really blaring through now on that end of the field, the east end, and it's shining certainly on the Golden Bears. The snap, the hold, the kick, it is up. It's through. 9:41 to go in the third quarter. Your score, Kutztown 40, Millersville nothing. You're listening to Golden Bears football on Kutztown University Radio, KUR.
Plan your next overnight stay in the Kutztown area at the Hampton Inn Allentown. Located just 20 minutes east of Kutztown in Foglesville, the Hampton Inn Allentown is the gateway to the KU campus. The Hampton Inn Allentown offers complimentary Wi-Fi and high-speed internet access and a free on-the-house hot breakfast. For reservations and information, call 610-391-1500 or visit HamptonInnAllentown.com. That's HamptonInnAllentown.com.
Well, there's still a lot of football left to be played here at Bemis Durfer Stadium in Millersville, but it has been all Golden Bears. Kutztown is outgaining Millersville 341-77, leading 40-0. And the Golden Bears, with 9:41 to go, are just running the ball down the throats of the Marauders, scoring on a nice pass from Barton to Williams. Now Deutsch will kick it away for the Golden Bears. Sheltering their eyes back there are the Marauders, and this will be number 88, Collins, or Trenton Petrovich, bringing it out. Actually, it is Collins, Brent Collins.
Nice tackle there by Marquise Poston on the kickoff return, getting a special team stop there for the Golden Bears.
It's a return of about 17, so Millersville will go back to work 1st and 10 at its own 20. Westchester a winner today over Lockhaven. Westchester is undefeated. They will be next up for the Golden Bears if Kutztown can hold on here, as the back is wrapped up immediately by that Golden Bear front.
Adam Geringer in there on the tackle for the Golden Bears, and it'll be a loss of 1 on the play, or maybe not quite a loss of 1, but back behind the original line of scrimmage.
We'll call it 2nd and 11, Josh, from the 19, as backs are split. Here's a handoff near side to David Coates. Coates has some yardage, and he brings it up over the 25 to the 27.
Geringer with the stop again. Not before Millers was able to pick up a few yards there and make it into a 3rd and 3.
Unanswered points now for the Golden Bears is at 114, correct? 74 to nothing last week, 40 to nothing this week. 3rd and 4 from the 26. Motion. And here's a handoff up the middle. A nice hole for the back who gets a first down to the 31-yard line.
That's a hard-fought first down there for Millersville. They had it 3rd and 3, and Coates was able to fight his way forward to get a first down.
First and 10 Marauders, one of the few first downs today for the Marauders at their own 31-yard line. Misley, a lot of time, flares it out right side and completes it up to the 36-yard line. That goes to number 10, Evander Barkley, gain of about 5.
Yeah, that's with the stop, and Golden Bears defense.
5-yard gain, second down at 5.
2nd and 5 from the 36. Slot to the far side, backs on either side of the quarterback. Here's a handoff up the middle, and the back is stacked up immediately after a gain of a couple of yards. Coates on the carry.
Put the ball back out to the 38-yard line, so the Millersville Marauders will need 3 yards again here on 3rd down. They were able to convert on 3rd and 3 on the last set of downs, and we'll see if they can do it here again.
3rd down and 3 from the 38. Trip to the far side, one receiver to the near side. The back is Coates. He'll be shifted to the near side. Misley will take a timeout. He didn't like what he saw there.
Timeout. Timeout.
So Kutztown defensively have gone 6 quarters now without allowing any points. And you've got to think that from a defensive standpoint, they're at that point of the game where they're thinking they want to pitch another shutout.
Division II records, Josh. Points scored, 125, which we're not obviously looking at. We were talking about the Division I record. 125 Yukon versus Newport Naval Training in 1949. And then the most points in 2 consecutive games, 172 by Tuskegee in 1966. I was only a few months old, but I don't remember that. Tuskegee.
Yeah, a little bit before your time as a football fan, I'm sure.
Misley rolling near side. He's being pressured. He loses the football, and a scramble for it back at the 18. It looks like it's going to be Kutztown ball.
Not sure if Kutztown got it before it went out of bounds. I think the ball went out of bounds before 92. Tyrone Brown was able to dive on it, but yet it's still a fumble a ways back from the original line of scrimmage. A nice sack there for the Golden Bears, and Millersville will have it 4th down. Teams are the officials that are conferring on how they're going to call this one. They're marking the ball at the 19, so that yardage all lost on the sack and fumble. And now Millersville will have their punting unit on the field.
Just when Millersville seems to get even a bit of a spark, things just unravel. Stahl is standing back at his 5. Hollanders deep for Kutztown back at midfield. Wobbly end-over-end punt, and it's going to go over Hollander's head. He needs to get away from that, as it'll take a Millersville roll and be down at the 42. 5:58 to go in the 3rd quarter. It's 40 to nothing Golden Bears, and Kutztown now you would think Josh would want to really grind it out on the ground, run that clock down, and I would figure if you can get a 47-0 lead with a quarter to go, you're pretty safe and can rest some of your starters.
Yeah, it's time now for making sure that no one gets injured. You don't have any mental mistakes. Maybe you can shore up some of these issues with penalties and things like that, and just kind of get out of here, try to be out of here unscathed.
Yet another formation on 1st and 10. Backs are split on either side of Barton. Slot to the far side. Kutztown working from the shadows near hash. Handoff and taking it into the seam up to the 46-yard line is Darryl Scott.
So a nice pickup on 1st down for Scott. Golden Bears obviously just looking to run the ball and keep that clock moving.
The running back now is Terry Williams. He'll be back there with Barton. Slot to the far side, working from the near hash on 2nd and 7 from the 46. Handoff, Williams. Williams right side. Williams takes it to midfield, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 3 yards. The line doing a nice job for the Golden Bears. Still all the starters in there running behind number 57 right now on that one, Peter Finnegan. 3rd and 3, midfield. Back staggered behind Barton under center. Barton drops back, a lot of time. He fires behind his intended receiver, incomplete. And that'll bring up a 4th down and 3, and on will come the punting unit for one of the few times today for the Golden Bears.
Not the offensive series that you wanted to have there if you're Kutztown. Again, you want to just keep the clock moving, but not able to get a 1st down there. We'll have to give up the ball.
End over end punt by Deutsch. It's going to take a Kutztown bounce at the 15 and be down at about the 7-yard line, and that's where Millersville will go back to work. 4:34 to go in the 3rd quarter. It's 40-0 in favor of the Golden Bears. And Kutztown, the past few years, have, last year in particular, had to wait until pretty late in the season before they got a chance to play Cheney and Millersville, Josh. And I don't know, certainly a lot of things have gone right for the Golden Bears the last 2 weeks. How does this set them up going into Bloomsburg? Do they become overconfident? Do they? And here's looks like a scramble for the ball. I'm not sure if the back fumbled or not down at the 6-yard line.
Yeah, I think it might have been another quarterback center exchange issue here, but Millersville was able to come up with the ball. Obviously, anytime you can have a couple of games where you've got it well in hand at halftime and gives you some confidence and it gives you a chance to keep people healthy. So I think from that standpoint, when you're coming into what is obviously the critical point of the season, when you've got Westchester and Bloomsburg coming to town, you'll take what you can get from a scheduling standpoint. But certainly the opponents coming up after this one will be quite a bit different in terms of success that they have had on the field.
2nd and 12. It's Coates on the carry. He takes it to the 10-yard line, and that'll make it 3rd down and 9 for the Marauders. Slot to the far side, back staggered to the left of Misley. Misley is sacked back close, very close to the goal line. It's going to be inside the 1.
52 again on the play. That is Greenwald on the play. A nice effort there, getting in there and making the sack and almost a safety. But still, it's now 4th and a lot from the 1-yard line.
come in to punt. Hollander standing at the Millersville 30-yard line. Kutztown expected to get excellent field position. End-over-end punt. And it'll stop at about the 33-yard line, and that's where the Golden Bears will go back to work. And I think you're right, Josh. Obviously, keeping the guys healthy is a key. And we've seen Kutztown teams over the years come into games where they're supposed to win, and they've struggled. That has not been the case with this Jim Clements team the last couple of weeks. They have certainly come in here and taken care of business so far. They did last week against Cheney, and I'm sure that the Golden Bears will realize coming home for that Thursday night game in front of that which should be, if the weather's good, a great crowd. Even if it's not, maybe it'll be a great crowd. You're facing a whole different ball game next week. Here is Williams on the carry, left side, 30, and he's brought down by the shoestrings at about the 26-yard line.
Yeah, I think I think the teams know that the season really starts for real next week with that next game. But the Golden Bears know that they can play with the upper echelon of the PSAC. They've played Westchester tough last year. They were in a game where they should have beaten them, and Westchester ended up going to the Final Four in Division II. So I'm sure they're looking for payback this year.
2nd and 3 from the 26. Barton hands it off. Big hole. Darryl Scott down inside the 10. Still on his feet as he bounces to the outside and goes in for the Kutztown touchdown.
What a run there. Nice job of keeping on his feet there and avoiding the tacklers. He's able to spin around and break free, and then I think he might have just been expecting to get hit after he spun around and was kind of stopped there at about the 10-yard line, but he was able to get his bearings and start heading the right direction and went into the end zone from there untouched.
Rosenfeld out of the hold of Luckenbaugh, who we may see as the trigger man the rest of the way. The kick is up. It is good. Your score with 1:31 to go, and we will keep it here at Millersville. It's 47-0 Golden Bears, and now that unanswered scoring streak goes to 121-0. The Golden Bears are still a ways off from the record.
Yeah, they've got a ways, but one thing to start keeping track of now would be a back-to-back shutout. From a defensive standpoint, the Golden Bears have to look back to 1981 for the last time they've had back-to-back shutouts, and it would just be the second time in 50 years if you go back before that. So, Kutztown seasons with even a season with 2 shutouts has only happened 3 times in 32 years. 95 with that really good defense led by John Mobley, and then 2011 in the PSAC championship year.
That's hard to believe, Josh, and it brings up a good point. The defensive teams we remember are the defensive teams from the 90s under the tutelage of the late Al Leonzi. As we get set for the kickoff here by Deutsch. And this will be taken back at the 5-yard line by Collins. Collins with a nice return as he brings it up over the 32, about the 34. And, those were some great defenses, Josh. We did lose Coach Leonzi during the off season back in February. He passed away at age 71. A real tough loss for the Golden Bear family. We haven't even mentioned it on our previous broadcast, but it seems like it was so long ago. But this is our first season without Coach Leonzi on the sidelines at home games, and he was such an integral part, Hall of Famer for Kutztown University football for so long as Evander Barkley carries it for a few yards around the near side.
Yeah, the thing about Coach Leonzi, who just seemed to be ever present. He was the guy that bled maroon and gold and just loved Kutztown and loved the football program and loved the players more than anything, and being a coach to them. And it certainly is a big loss, and it's just weird not to see him there on the sidelines, prowling there in the just outside the coach's box at home games.
2nd and 6. Here is a handoff to Coates, who will try the right side, and he's stacked up. And the Coach Leonzi did get to see the Golden Bears win a PSAC championship a few years back. He did get to see Andre Reed be named for induction into the Kutztown University Hall of Fame. He would have just been in his glory in Canton back in August.
It's really sad that he didn't make it to get to see Andre get inducted, but it is a nice that you know that he knew he was going to go in before he passed.
3rd and 5. The quarterback now is not Misley. Got a new quarterback in there. Looks to be J.J. Page, and he takes it himself, and he's brought down at the 44-yard line. That's going to do it for the third quarter of play. It'll be a 4th down when we come back. Your score after 3 quarters, the Golden Bears 47, the Marauders of Millersville nothing. You're listening to KU Football on Kutztown University Radio, KUR.
For the crunchiest, tastiest pretzels you will ever experience, try Unique, the original split-open pretzel since 1921. While baking, Unique pretzels split open into deep cracks and crevices, giving them the most wonderful flavor you will ever taste. Family-owned for 6 generations and shipped throughout the world from Reading, Unique's rich caramel color and crunchy texture will keep your hand reaching back into the bag for more. Unique, the official pretzel of Kutztown University Athletics. For more information, visit uniquesplits.com. Stop by the new KU campus store or Dixon Marketplace any Monday following a KU home football game to receive 5% off KU apparel for every touchdown the Golden Bears score. The Paul Bucks discount is offered win or lose, with a minimum discount of 15% and a maximum discount of 40%. The KU Campus Store and Dixon Marketplace are divisions of the nonprofit affiliate of Kutztown University, KUSSI. All purchases benefit KU students.
Back in Millersville, Matt Santos here along with Josh Leiboff. Pat Dietrich back in the KUR studio serving as our board op today. The Golden Bears with 1 quarter to go, dominating here, leading Millersville 47-0. And Millersville will be punting it away with the punter Stahl standing back at his own 25.
Cody Reed back in there to return punt, and he makes the fair catch as he was shielding his eyes there as the sun is really low in the sky now. Kutztown now facing into that setting sun in the west. Makes the fair catch, and Kutztown will take over at their own 25-yard line.
Total offense in favor of the Golden Bears, 381-72. Waugh leading the Golden Bears on the ground with 97 yards and a touchdown. Scott with 85 yards and 2 touchdowns. Williams with 53 yards and a touchdown. The Golden Bears have 285 yards on the ground, 96 through the air. Backs in the eye. Luckenbaugh's the quarterback. He'll hand it off. Coming to the near side and gaining a couple of yards is James Waugh.
Handoff goes to number 4, James Waugh. Stop at number 20, C.J. Santos.
More replacements down there on the offensive line. I do see Waugh and Kelly in there, but other than that, it looks like the Golden Bears are going with the reserves here. 2nd and 8 from the 27. Back staggered. Luckenbaugh under center. working from the near hash. Kutztown moving right to left here in the fourth. This will be Waugh again. Waugh into the pile to the 31-yard line, and it'll bring up 3rd and 4.
Number 55, Tanner Dean, and number 63, Mike.
Numbers on Barton, 11 of 19, 96 yards and 2 touchdowns. Not a bad day. It's not
little over 50% passing.
Yeah.
So he just didn't have to do much passing. So, he's had a couple of touchdowns in there among those 11 reset completions. Nice 52 yards on the ground as well, rushing for Barton.
3rd and 4, back staggered. My guess is he's going to get some work next week against Westchester. Here's Waugh again. Waugh tries to weave his way, and he's going to maybe get a yard. It'll be 4th down, and the Golden Bears will have to punt.
Number 91, Ryan McIntyre. And number 22, Byron Ragland.
See the Golden Bears punting unit coming out. Millersville will look to try to avoid the shutout.
Kevin Wiggins Jr. deep for the Marauders, back at the 35. Deutsch, end over end punt, will be taken at the 31, and down will go Wiggins on his own. And the Marauders will go back to work there. Just a reminder, fans, the Golden Bears home for a very unique, once-in-a-lifetime, I guess we can call it, Thursday night mid-season game at University Field. 7:05 kickoff as the first-place Westchester Golden Rams come to town. Well, we would like to see everyone out at the stadium. It will be Maroon and Gold Mania on Thursday. So wear your Golden Bear gear. Get out your Maroon and Gold, fans, and display your pride. Faculty, staff, students, alumni. Here's a pass on 1st down over the outstretched arms of the intended receiver, incomplete. But a 7:05 kickoff. The game will be televised for those of you listening in far distances who have an excuse and can't make it to University Field. But a couple of exciting weeks coming up. The Golden Bears with a chance to get right back in it next week if they can play spoiler against Westchester. And then 2 weeks from today is homecoming. The Bloomsburg Huskies, tied with Westchester atop the division, coming to town. And that will be the day that Kutztown will dedicate University Field at Andre Reed Stadium. Here is a handoff, and the runner is knocked back for a loss of about a yard. Kutztown there defensively up front.
Number 98, Steve Wilson. And number 32, Sam Duggan.
Steve Plosis on the tackle.
2-yard loss.
We'll call it 3rd and 12.
Golden Bears with some of their backups in on defense. Greenwald's still out there, among a couple others.
Back to pass. And complete to the near side, close to a 1st down. That was Page to Wiggins, and we'll see where they mark it here up at the 41.5, 42. Let's see if they move the sticks, Josh.
Looks to be enough for a 1st down, and they are moving the sticks, so it's a 1st down. It was Drake Brumfield on the tackle there for Kutztown, another one of the starters still in the game.
1st down, Millersville. The lights are on here at Bemis Durfer Stadium. The sun is still setting lower and lower, still visible, and there's maybe some shadows in maybe a little sun shining through in that east end zone. Here's a big breakaway, and this could jeopardize the streak. A saving tackle down inside the 10-yard line as Evander Barkley rushes it.
Millersville with obviously their best offensive play of the year, of the season, maybe the year, getting into Kutztown territory down to the 7-yard line. They'll have it 1st and goal from there, and now the defense has got its work cut out for them if they want to try and preserve this shutout streak.
streak is 121 straight unanswered points for the Golden Bears. First and 10 at the, first and goal at the 6. There's a handoff, and the back is thrown back. Kutztown doing everything he can to preserve this shutout, Josh.
Nice stop there by the Golden Bears.
The running back, Barkley, shaking up. Delp in on the tackle. So I'm going to say no gain on that. Second and goal from the 6. Kutztown, 7 straight quarters without giving up a point. Handoff, Coates into the pile. He takes it to the 5. It's going to be third and goal. If you like numbers, if you like statistics, if you like records, that's what's on the line here. Third and goal from the 5. Kutztown, 121 unanswered points, and looking to pitch back-to-back shutouts for the first time since 1981, as Josh mentioned. Here we go. Third and goal from the 5. Tight formation here. Page hands it off. Coates is in for the Marauder touchdown. And certainly the longest unanswered scoring streak in school history has come to an end. The Golden Bears still well in control of this one. As Millersville will try to attempt the extra point. Kick by Stahl is up, and it's good. 9:24 to go here in the fourth quarter. Your score, Kutztown 47, Millersville 7. You listen to Golden Bears football on Kutztown University Radio, KUR.
Kutztown University football on KUR is brought to you by the KU Student Bookstore. Get your official KU gear at the new KU campus store online at www.kubstore.com. We are your source for everything KU. By the John Monahan Realtors Group of Kutztown, providing the best real estate services in the surrounding area. Make your move with Monahan. And by East Penn, the home of Deca Battery in Lyon Station. Passion for power, that's East Penn Manufacturing.
Well, it took 7+ quarters and 121 unanswered points for the Golden Bears before Millersville broke the streak, getting on the board. Now kicking it away, down 47-7. Kutztown now pretty much with its reserves in the ball game, and here is the return from the 8-yard line up to the 15-20 to the 25.
Hollander on the return for the Golden Bears.
Nathan Hollander. Tackle made by number 27, John Jesperson.
So, I mean, it was a nice drive put together there by Millersville. It was the one big play that got them down into scoring position to break that scoring streak. So now that that's out of the way, I think the Golden Bears can just kind of look and see. Let's get this last 9:15 off the clock and get out of here with a W.
First and 10 from the Kutztown 27. Luckenball will work out of the shotgun. Slot to the near side. Here is Terry Williams on the carry, right side. Williams showing that speed as he cuts it up over the 30 to the 31-yard line. That'll be a gain of 4.
Mostly the second team is out there for the Golden Bears. Kreger, the starting center, is still on the field for the Golden Bears. Ben Kreger.
Double wing on 2nd and 7 from the 30. Call it a gain of 3. Luckenbaugh will hand it off to Williams, who slashes his way to the right side, up over the 30 to about the 31.
Tackle made by number 53, Aaron Walker, and number 23, Brandon Lopez.
3rd and 2. 8:29 and counting. Kutztown up 47-7.
Convert this 3rd down here. Keep the ball, keep the clock moving.
Four receivers, trips to the near side, working from the far hash. Luckenbaugh. He will hand it off. Nice cut by Williams. 40, midfield 40, 30, 20. Still on his feet, 10. He goes the distance.
I guess that would count as being a 3rd down conversion, keeping the ball, keeping it moving, right?
Absolutely.
Nice run there. There was a whole big hole made in the line there, and Luckenbaugh was chasing after Williams. He was the closest player to him for most of that play. Williams was able to break a shoestring tackle attempt, trying to save the touchdown attempt, and got past it and got in for a touchdown.
Here is the extra point attempt by Rosenfeld. Williams, 12 carries, 126 yards, 2 touchdowns. The kick is up by Rosenfeld. It is good. 7:57 to go here in the 4th quarter. It's Kutztown 54, Millersville 7. You're listening to Golden Bears football on Kutztown University Radio, KUR.
Show your maroon and gold pride. Be sure to check out Kutztown Athletics apparel across various outlets in Lehigh and Berks counties. KU Golden Bears gear can now be purchased at Walmart in Temple and Boscov's in Berks County and the Lehigh Valley. Also, Kutztown gear is available at the official headquarters for KU Gear, the KU Student Bookstore located on the scenic KU campus. Make sure to stock up on your maroon and gold apparel this fall and be ready for the new year.
Well, it has been all Kutztown University Golden Bears for the most part here today in Millersville, the heart of Pennsylvania Dutch country in southeastern Pennsylvania. The sun sets in the distance. The Golden Bears just 7:57 away from gearing up for the Westchester Golden Rams, undefeated Westchester Golden Rams, Thursday night at University Field. Deutsch will squib it, taken by the up back at the 27, up over the 35 to about the 38-yard line, and that's where 37 is where Millersville will go back to work.
By number 20, Kirk Denny. Number 98, Steve Wilson. 1st and 10 for the Marauders to the 38-yard line.
1st and 10. We'll call it the 38. Quarterback is still J.J. Page. 5 receiver set. Trips to the near side. Handoff. And up to the 40-yard line. It's Page himself on the carry. Gain of 2.
35, Adam Goringer.
Still some starters in there on defense.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. It looks like there's a few more starters than there were last time.
Second and 8 now from the 40.
Golden Bears maybe trying to get the ball back quickly and get this one wrapped up.
Handoff, and Kutztown is there defensively as Patterson carries it for no gain.
Goringer with a stop for the Golden Bears. It'll make it 3rd down and long for Millersville.
By number 35, Adam Goringer. 3rd down and 8.
3rd down and 8 from the 40. Slot to the far side, 3 receivers to the far side. Page looking near sideline, incomplete. Down at the 42-yard line there defensively for the Golden Bears was number 22, Darryl Mintz. 59 degrees here in Millersville. With the wind, the actual real field is 55 degrees, so a little chilly down there.
The sun has gone behind some clouds there in the distance, so it has cooled off a little bit more as we've continued on.
Nice punt by the Marauders. We'll see where they spot it out of bounds. It'll be at the 21-yard line. And Josh, I was looking at the web here, looking at AccuWeather, and I have all of the locations set up where Kutztown played this year. It's a little chilly out west. 44 degrees in Slippery Rock, but it feels like 35.
Wow. Nice and cool out there.
Yikes. Wonder if they have any night football.
It is that time of year where you start getting some chilly days and chilly evenings.
Well,
the trees have started to change color.
The one that should certainly be interesting and could bring anything is Clarion for Kutztown in the road season finale. 1st and 10 from the 21. Here's a handoff up the middle.
Daryl Scott out there.
I mean, frankly, on November 15th at Clarion, you could have a beautiful mid-fall day, or you can have lake effect snow.
Yeah.
You've seen it out there before, Josh.
I sure have, yeah. You can get some early snow out in that part of the state.
2nd down and 6 from the 25, 5:54 to go. Trips to the near side. Luckenball will hand it off. This will be Scott again. Takes it into the pile. He may get a yard depending on where they place it. 3rd down. 5:31 to go. 54-7 Golden Bears. Kutztown.
Here's something to look at, Matt. The Golden Bears have 2 running backs already with 100 yards, and Scott does not have one. Williams with 126, Waugh with 104, Scott with 89. The Golden Bears don't have a game on record with 3 running backs over 100 yards.
You hear the wind picking up in our crowd mic. Here is a keeper by Luckenball off the left side. He'll take it to the 29-yard line, a gain of 4. Interesting. Golden Bears now on 4th down will bring in the punting unit. Andrew Deutsch has only punted 3 times today for an average of 36 yards. End-over-end kick. The ball is more spinning, but takes a nice Golden Bear bounce and will roll out of bounds way back at the 20-yard line. It's a 52-yard punt. 4:09 to go. Millersville back on offense, trailing 54-7. And just a reminder, fans, we are back with you on Kutztown University Radio in 3 weeks. We will be up at East Stroudsburg. Greg Bamberger will be with me. That will be a 2:50 broadcast in 3 weeks. The next 2 weeks, you can catch the Golden Bears on KU TV. Check KUBears.com for details. Here's a handoff to Evander Barkley. Barkley gets about 2. And the plan right now is, fans, of course, you can follow the Golden Bears on the road all year. We have 3 more road games to bring you: East Stroudsburg, Shippensburg, and Clarion here on KUR. But plans are tentatively in place right now to carry the final 4 games of the season, including the home game against Lock Haven. The The color job's open, Josh. 2nd down and 7 from the 23, double wing. Page being pressured, being wrapped up and sacked back at the 15-yard line.
Nice to see the Golden Bear defense keeping up that intensity. I think they might have gotten a little bit of their pride hurt, giving up that touchdown on the last Millersville possession. Ronnie Tomasetti with the tackle, back on that one.
Brings up a 3rd down and 13 for the Marauders.
3rd and 13 from the Millersville 17-yard line. Page back, looking near sideline, throws incomplete, intended for number 25, Kevin Wiggins Jr.
Number 25, Kevin Wiggins. Brings up a 4th down for the Marauders.
So you have Bloomsburg at 4-0, Westchester at 4-0 in the PSAC East. The Golden Bears will improve to 3-1. So they're only going to be a game back, Josh.
Yeah, I mean, when you put into account the PSAC West games, counting the division standings, and, Kutztown's other loss was a non-conference game, even though it was against a conference opponent. So,
now the punt is down by the Golden Bears at the Millersville 48-yard line. 2:36 to go. 54-7 Golden Bears. Kutztown will improve to 3-2 on the season, 3-1. Millersville is going to fall to 0-5 and 0-4 in the conference. Slot to the far side. Luckenbaugh hands it off to Scott. Scott carries it down over the 45 to the 43, and as Josh mentioned, 2 backs for Kutztown already over 100. With 2:24 to go and a couple more plays, Scott has a chance to be the 3rd back, and that will be the first time in school history that Kutztown's had 3 backs over 100 yards in one game. Is that what we're saying, Josh?
Yeah, that's it. And, obviously there's not records going all the way back, so the first time in recorded history, I guess you can call it, it would be. Scott has over 90 now, I believe.
2nd and 5 from the 43. Here is Scott again. Scott down near 1st down yardage at the 38-yard line.
That may be enough.
It's going to be close. 140 and counting.
Be a 1st down regardless. So the Golden Bears will move the chains again with 1 minute and 20-some seconds left. Or maybe it won't be enough for a 1st down. Spot being brought back to on this side of the 38-yard line, so 3rd and very, very short, inches even.
So 3rd and inches from the 38, 1 minute to go. Scott, the sole setback, slot to the near side. Scott trying for 100 here. He'll get the carry into the pile. 1st down over the 35 to the 34. And that may do it, Josh. He had 98 on the stats. Kutztown's going to have to run another play. I mean, certainly they could kneel it, but we'll see what the stats say officially here after that play. 47 on the game clock and 21 on the play clock. Kutztown, yep, there you go. 3 backs over 100.
Now they'll go into the victory formation. So good stat watching out there for the coaches. I can't imagine that they were paying attention to that, but maybe somebody was looking at it.
1st and 10. Luckenbaugh will kneel it down, and that's going to do it as the final 20 seconds will tick off the clock here. The Golden Bears improving to 3-1 in the PSAC East with a 54-7 win over the Millersville Marauders. And Josh, Kutztown pretty much established the ground game here today, played defense throughout and made the passes when they had to, and they come out of this game fairly healthy and also with a chance to rest some of their starters with a big game coming up on Thursday night. That should be a fun time.
Yeah, absolutely. It really sets it up perfectly for the Golden Bears coming into that game on Thursday night, which will be an exciting time for Kutztown. Hopefully it'll be a great packed house, a lot of Golden Bear faithful there at University Field for that game Thursday night. But, Kutztown coming off a couple of dominating victories and ready to take the next part of the schedule, the really challenging part of the schedule head on with a lot of momentum both offensively and defensively. And, if you're Kutztown, you can't be there's not a whole lot that you can look at and say that didn't go your way here today or even the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we will take a quick break here. We'll come back. We'll look at the final stats and wrap things up from Millersville. Your final score, Kutztown 54, Millersville 7. You're listening to Golden Bears football on Kutztown University Radio, KUR.
Join us Monday, October 6th for 90 Years of Rhapsody, a Gershwin tribute. The Reading Pops Orchestra featuring piano soloist Clipper Erickson as they honor one of America's most noted composers, George Gershwin. Conductor Will Rapp, KU faculty emeritus, will lead the Pops in powerful renditions of Gershwin's timeless melodies, including Rhapsody in Blue, An American in Paris, and the suite from Porgy and Bess. Don't miss the show. Tickets are on sale at kupresents.org. See you at Schaefer. It's fall, and it's a great time to start your college search. Choose Kutztown University and choose to have it all. KU is a vibrant, modern university located right here in Berks County, offering more than 100 areas of study, 200 student organizations, and 21 NCAA Division II sports. KU has something to suit every activity and interest. Don't miss our fall open houses or schedule a tour with your family. To register, go to visit.kutztown.edu today. That's visit.kutztown.edu.
Back at Bemis Surfer Stadium in Millersville, where the Kutztown University Golden Bear football team has improved to 3-2 overall, 3-1 in the PSAC East, with a 54-7 win over rival Millersville. Take a look at some of the numbers. Kutztown, 23 first downs to 7 for the Marauders. The Golden Bears, 54 carries, 383 yards. Millersville, 37 for 98. Penalties, Kutztown did better in the second half. 4 for 46 total. Millersville 5 for 34. Passing yards, 42 for the Marauders, 96 for the Golden Bears. Take a look at some of the individual stats here, and we'll start with the Millersville offense, which not really a lot of big numbers there. Barkley was the leading receiver, 3 catches for 26 yards. Misley had a tough day. He was just 4 of 12 for 29 yards, and no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. The rushing game was also led by Barkley, 7 carries, 60 yards. Coates with 12 for 53. But some big numbers, however, for the Golden Bears. Through the air, Barton was 11 of 19 for 96 yards, 2 touchdowns along of 21. Receiving, Williams, 3 catches for 38 yards and a touchdown. Hollander, 5 for 24. Darrell Scott had 1 catch for 17 yards and a touchdown. On the ground is where it happened for the Golden Bears. 3 running backs rushed for over 100 yards, and we're not aware of that ever happening in Golden Bear football history. Terry Williams, 12 carries for 126 yards and 2 touchdowns. James Waugh Jr., 17 carries, 140 yards, 1 touchdown. Darrell Scott, 17 carries, 102 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So with the rushing and receiving touchdown, you have Scott coming away with 3 touchdowns on the afternoon. Defensively, let's see if we can get some numbers here. The Golden Bears led in tackles by Zachary Delt with 8. Sam Dugan had 7. Zach Greenwald had a sack for the Golden Bears and looked like he had 3 tackles total and a tackle for loss. So the Golden Bears getting some good numbers as a team and individually after 2 back-to-back blowouts, defeating Cheney last week 74-0, winning today over Millersville 54-7, and they'll have to keep these 2 games in perspective. Certainly take the good out of this, Josh, and look ahead to a team that they really owe one to last year. And Westchester escaped with a come-from-behind victory and went on to go deep into the NCAA playoffs last year, and you would have to think that this Golden Bear team playing the underdog is going to be pumped for that game on Thursday night. And if you're a Golden Bear fan, as a part of Maroon and Gold Mania, get your Golden Bear gear on Thursday and get out to that stadium. We'll hope for some good weather and maybe a KU upset.
Yeah, there's no place else to be on Thursday than University Field. If you're at Kutztown, you want to come out there and support these Golden Bears. They are playing, they're having a really good season, and they've got a chance to do something special. And a lot of intrigue goes into that one, like you said. The Golden Bears looking for some payback after a tough loss to Westchester last year. They've shown this year that they can play with the best teams, at least the projected best teams in the PSAC, and taking Slippery Rock to the wire, taking Gannon to the wire, beating up on IUP, and now with these 2 blowout victories, showing that Kutztown is certainly head and shoulders above their last 2 opponents. It's now a time for Kutztown faithful to come out Thursday and cheer on the Golden Bears, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and taking nothing away from these 2 victories, the Golden Bears did come out in the last 2 weeks, today and last week, and just completely took care of business. They did not let either of these teams hang around, but I'd have to say, based on taking care of business, Josh, and the performance at Gannon, at Slippery Rock, and against IUP, as you said, Kutztown's able to hang in there with the best. I'm going to say now what I wouldn't have said maybe 4 or 5 weeks ago. I would not be shocked if Kutztown is able to play spoiler next week or the following week.
Yeah, if nothing else, you know that this is a competitive Golden Bear football team. They are going to go out there, going to give it all and play hard. And I think that is, if you can pin a category onto Coach Clement's team, is that they don't give up. They work hard from start to finish, and they're going to play hard against any opponent that they play, and that's really all you can ask for. And if you play hard, you're going to have a chance to play, and you're going to have a chance to beat teams. So this will be a good night at University Field, and hopefully we'll have a big crowd out there supporting the team.
Absolutely. 7:05 kickoff. That's this Thursday at University Field in Kutztown. The undefeated Westchester Golden Rams in town to take on the Golden Bears. For those of you who are too far to make it to the stadium, it will be televised on KU TV. Check KUBears.com for details. We will be back in 3 weeks from the scenic Pocono Mountains when the Golden Bears travel to East Stroudsburg. Airtime here on KUR will be 2:50 p.m. So, for Pat Dietrich back in the studio, my partner Josh Leiboff, I'm Matt Santos. The final here from Millersville, it was Kutztown 54, Millersville 7. You've been listening to Kutztown University football on Kutztown University Radio, KUR. Have a good night, everyone.
Thank you for listening to this presentation of Kutztown University Golden Bear football on the radio voice of Kutztown University, KUR. Today's game was brought to you by Kutztown University Radio and the corporate partners of Kutztown University Athletics. For more information, visit the KUR website at kutztown.edu/KUR and the KU Athletics website at kubears.com. Kutztown University football on KUR has been a presentation